from Dens Park. You just see the picture, Simo Valakari coming out there. He is clapping the away support there at Dens. Will they be happy come the end of this one this afternoon? It's a 3 o'clock start. The action about to get underway. Let's join our commentary team there of Alan Preston and Paul Mitchell.
Thank you, Kenny. Good afternoon, everybody. Dens Park, Dundee was bathed in sunshine. The cloud has covered over as these two teams have joined us on the field down below. The pitch looks absolutely immaculate, a surface that any footballer would want to play on. Around about 1,500 have come up from Perth. St Johnstone, last one, back-to-back Scottish Premiership matches in November of 2022. They've played 72 games since. They won last week at home against Ross County by 3-0, and it's an unchanged St Johnstone side. Ross Sinclair in goal, Trey Wright, Jack Sanders, Lewis Nielsen and Andre Raymond. Matt Smith, Sven Sprangler and Jason Holt, with Nicky Clark just beyond, Benji Kibayoka and Adana Sidibe. For Dundee, well, they got back to winning ways at Fir Park. One change made. Scott Fraser is injured and Mo Silla comes straight back into the team, having been suspended for that one. Trevor Carson in goal, the back three of Ryan Astley, Billy Cometio, Clark Robertson, Ethan Ingram and Ziad Larkesh, the wide players. Lyle Cameron, Finlay Robertson and Mo Silla in the midfield. Curtis Main and Simon Money are the two players up front. Dundee in the dark blue, white shorts, white socks, getting ready to come from right to left. St Johnstone in their change kit this season. Maroon backed, whites with a maroon stripe right down the middle, maroon socks and shorts.
Like that, Paul. Nice strip.
I just wonder where they got the inspiration, Alan. It's certainly easy enough to stand out. Curtis Main stands over the ball and gets ready to get us underway. The first of all the commentary matches you'll hear across BBC Radio Scotland this weekend. Kevin Clancy just checks with his assistants, Ross McLeod and Graham McNeely.
I just think there's a lot of debris on the pitch. The groundsman's still on. As soon as the teams come out, the St Johnstone fans behind the goals through tape and paper and everything. It's all over the place. So they're just trying to collect it. So it might be a little delay in kick-off here.
Yeah, it is one member of the ground staff running around picking up pieces of paper just to the left-hand side. He looks to have done his wombling on there and picked them all up. And hopefully Kevin Clancy can get us underway. Tony Docherty in the dugout to our right-hand side. Simo Valakari finally making his way from a stand to a dugout in Scotland. Been over 24 and a half years since Simo Valakari last played in Scotland. As the ball gets played back, and it's with Trevor Carson. Carson stands on the ball, steps forward, drives it forward. Smallagart gets the header inside, on to Smith. Silla prods the ball away. Opportunity for Lyle Cameron to get it wide. Cameron does so. Ingram on that far side. Good solid tackle. Well, Andre Raymond tracking him back well there. Alan made sure he turned that out of play.
Yeah, he had to, but you would imagine that that's going to happen all day. That Dundee are going to bomb at Raymond if they can. He's still very inexperienced at this level, but that's a good start from a lovely time tackle.
So throw in for Dundee to come away from that far side. Curtis Main inside the 6-yard box. Simon Murray lingering as well. There's the long throw over the head. Oh, Raymond manages to flick it up. Thought it was just going to go over his head. Got it off the very top. And it comes all the way through to Ross Sinclair. Sinclair on to Raymond. Plays it back. And Nielsen will start to build. Nobody in a great hurry to get the ball out of the penalty box. Now they will do so. As under pressure was Nielsen. He's given the ball away though. Here's the opportunity again for Ingram on that far side. Here's Curtis Main goes in. Nielsen gets a touch. It's another throw to Dundee.
They're undoing St Johnstone there. It's really not great play in the end to go back and try and start the game. I get that. Nielsen plays it to Raymond. Takes a heavy touch, cuts inside. Dundee again have got another throw in just outside the box.
So it'll come in almost level with the penalty box. They'll sneak it extra metre or two. They're looking into the sun, the players inside the box. Hands up to the face as the ball comes in. Meteo got the touch and Sanders had to get the header, but he was being pushed. I think the flag was up anyway, so a double offence and an opportunity for St Johnstone to get the ball away. It's interesting, both teams, when they got the ball, you know, inside the box, they weren't quick to move it, just very slow.
No, what they're trying to do is they're trying to suck one or two of the players down so they can possibly drop it in. Nielsen's taking chances again. He's got to watch what he's lost it again.
He has. Ingram's picked up inside onto Cameron. Cameron into the area, overhits it straight through to Sinclair.
We all want to play the beautiful game, but there's a time and a place. What he does is he's shifting it onto his left foot, putting himself under pressure. That's his weaker foot. Get it at least on your right and you can possibly clip. What he's wanting is there's Main and Murray and possibly Cameron to come out so he can clip it over them to Nicky Clark and he can get out. But if you put it on your left foot, you're putting yourself under pressure because you don't have that ability to clip that in.
Sent long on the right boot that time, turned away by Silla over the halfway line. It falls, picked up by Raymond. Raymond gathers, just drops the ball back onto Sprangler. The Austrian back onto Lewis Nielsen. Nielsen back to his goalkeeper Ross Sinclair. Sanders gets the touch onto Dre Wright. Sent to the halfway line. Head flick on by Smith. Marrakesh watches, it falls in behind to Clark Robertson, and it's gathered. St Johnstone battling for it. Silla gives away the free kick just on the halfway line, and wandering away there, number 22 Matt Smith, 50th appearance for St Johnstone today. Sent long on the angle. Kimbayoka is battling in there with Astley. Astley wins it, moves the ball away. Kimbayoka does well to step back inside, wins the ball, plays it back to Raymond, goes out of play. It's going to be a throw into St Johnstone, but stop-start.
It is. I think that's Kimbayoka all over though. He miscontrols it, loses the ball, then wins it back, and then just closes down the centre half. He's all action. You don't know what you're getting from him some of the time.
He's hard to defend against Arrows as a result. Dundee and St Johnstone 0-0. Ball played inside. Dre Wright, centre circle, strokes it forward. Smith gathers, sends it on the outside. Trying to chase that time. Sidibay. And it goes out of play. Clark Robertson waits for the throw. He'll get ready to take that in. Throws it in. Cometio back to his goalkeeper. Just taking his time. Carson gets that away. Out wide, Ingram challenged. Ball goes out of play. No score. In this one, no score. Ross County against Kilmarnock, the two Scottish Premiership matches this afternoon. Throw will come from Astley. Absolutely no movement. Nobody's particularly in a great hurry in this one so far. It's sent long, comes off the back of Sanders. Tell you what, Murray and Main were causing problems there. Sanders lucky it came off his back and managed to get it back.
He's a lucky man, Sanders. I think he almost goes under the ball and the throw-in's nearly over, right over his head, and Murray would have been through. It hits him right on the back, as you rightly said, Paul.
St Johnstone getting things moving once more. Out on that far side. Stroked across by Holt. Holt to Sanders. Sanders looks ahead in the sunshine now that bathes his crowd. Sent long. Sidibay chases after it, but Clark Robertson again can escort the ball out of play. And it is going to be a throw into Dundee. Combination of a beautiful day and wins last time out. To ensure a pretty decent crowd here. Yet to really see the action get underway. 5.5 minutes played, goalless. Thrown in towards Murray. Picked up instead though by Sprangler. Sprangler then just clumps it off Clark, goes out of play, and a throw in just inside the Dundee technical area at the moment. And Dre Wright will emerge from that in a moment, midway inside his opponent's half. Again, very little movement, so static, and it comes, just bounces off Sidibay. Smith does well, gathers, trying to go on the outside of Larkesh. Larkesh recovers the challenge. Smith gets back up, Larkesh hits it again. All the action taking place out wide. Dre Wright trying to get it back. Sidibay back on the inside, onto Nicky Clark. Clark opens it up across the edge of the area onto Raymond, trying to get the ball in. Well blocked on that occasion by Ethan Ingram, and it goes out of play on the far side. That's the first glimpse of football. Yeah,
a better play if the ball had come in. St Johnstone had numbers in the box, had at least 5 going in there as well. It was good play by Matt Smith initially. Then the ball's whipped out wide to Raymond. The Dundee player gets a block on it on the far side.
Raymond with the throw. Ingram with the ball away. Back on to Raymond. Raymond plays it back on to Lewis Nielsen. On to Jack Sanders, and Sanders holds on to the ball. Clips it back to the blue-booted Nielsen. Right-footed player playing his left centre half. Ball through onto Clark. Clark to Raymond. Lovely touch back out wide, but pushed back towards the halfway line. Holt, always eager, always looking for the ball. Jason Holt. And the ball gets played back across On to Sanders. Sanders on to Dre Wright. Dre Wright faced up by Larkesh. Plays it into the centre circle. Should be an easy one for Cameron to take. Robertson was available there. Played out wide. Onto Clark Robertson. Of course, 2 Robertsons for Dundee. Henry Robertson on the ball. Gets it back. Flicked onto him, but it rather ran into him. Bounced off his knee. Out of play it goes.
That was a lovely little layoff by Simon Murray as well. Ball's played into his feet and he lays it off right into the path of Robertson, and he just takes a heavy touch. It's unlucky, but hopefully it's starting to warm up a little bit. St Johnstone had a little chance of getting the ball in from Raymond at one end, and that was a decent enough move from Dundee. Just a heavy touch in the end.
Throw up just level with the penalty box inside their own half. Swept away by Matt Smith, and the ball goes out of play again. The throw, well, Clark Robertson thought it was going his way. It wasn't, so he dropped the ball down from his hand and just kicked it off to the side. Dundee slow to send it back. St Johnstone slow to send anybody back to get it. The referee just having a little word. It's slow.
There's no life with either team at the moment. This is it's a big game. The Tayside derby, 3 points at stake, both coming off clean sheets and good wins. You'd expect a bit more energy from them.
In a derby, I mean, it's the old Murder McLeod line. Once it slows down to 100 miles an hour, we should see some football. In this case, if it gets going to 10 miles an hour, we'd be lucky. Robertson, Fraser on the ball, moving outside the box, left-hand side, under pressure from Sanders. So it's off the corner flag and goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to St Johnstone. Just got the air of a training game about it at the moment.
You always think the onus is on the home team as well. You know, they're the home side, they've got the bigger crowd behind them. They're the ones that have got to set the stall out and set the tempo for me.
Interesting to see if Tony Docherty has said, look, just go out and play easy for the first 10 minutes. Wouldn't be like him.
I can't see that.
As 2 St Johnstone players collide. Clark and Sidibe play on, says the referee. Ball played in by Main. And eventually the referee will come back, see the 2 players came together. Physios will come on. It's an awkward one for the referee because there was a coming together, but there was also a Dundee attack, but easily cut out by Ross Sinclair.
Yeah, they ran into each other. Thankfully, Nicky Clark's back on his feet. We'll hope that Sidibe gets up as well.
Sidibe
should be the case.
As if he's too badly hurt, gets back up, little shake of the head. He will have to go off the field of play. I know it's a warm day and I don't want to take the mickey too much, but I don't really think you should need a drink after 10 minutes playing at walking pace.
I think they're getting a bit of instructions. It seems to be Andy Cutt that's over there giving out the instructions. The manager's now coming out, Valakari, just to have a word with Dre Wright, just to see. You know, I just think they need to all 22 players need to do a bit more.
Simo Valakari's last trip to this ground, November 99. Dundee 0, Motherwell 1. The score. The last time that he faced Dundee, February 2000, Dundee won by 3-0 down at Motherwell. Left Motherwell, went on to Derby. Enjoyed his time in Scottish football and he's back once more. No goals, Ross County, Kilmarnock. No goals in the Championship either to report. Sports Sound on a Saturday afternoon. The ball played up to Sidibe. Sidibe gathers, plays it inside onto Clark, back onto Dre Wright. Dre Wright gets it moving. Sidibe tries to clip it through for Kimpioka, but Kimpioka didn't react that time, and Dundee can clear. Just running past Simon Murray. Sanders has to play it well, just on the very edge of the area, sets it up, plays it away with those white boots of his. Kimpioka might be through in the middle. But Kimetio did really well, stepped in, won the ball, got it through onto Clark Robertson, and Robertson over the halfway line. Larkesh tries to get away from Dre Wright. Wright got his body in there, placed the pass back all the way back to Sinclair. Sinclair drives it away. He's lucky he found Jason Holt in the centre circle.
That's good defending from both sides. Kimetio first and foremost, and then Dre Wright getting his body in the way. Better play from St Johnstone.
Picking things up, Jason Holt on that left-hand side, back on the inside. Here's the opportunity for Dre Wright. Dre Wright deep inside his opponent's half, moving up towards the edge of the area, sent in by Sprangler, but it takes a deflection, comes all the way through onto Trevor Carson. In the sticks for Dundee today, starting back-to-back games for the first time this season in the Premiership. 0-0.
Brilliant. St Johnstone fans turning up in numbers, 1,500, and you can hear them. Dundee fans are waiting to be entertained at the moment.
Yeah, not quite the same enthusiasm just yet, although they do have a section across on that far side. They're all on their feet trying to make some noise. Long ball right through the middle. Simon Murray goes in there. He's hooked the ball up. If he hits it in, it's in. Simon Murray scores. Jack Sanders failed to deal with it. The goalkeeper came out, got lobbed by Murray. Up and over it went. 3 yards out. Dundee take the lead. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0.
I said it in the pre-match build-up. Defensively, both teams are struggling, and that's it on a plate. That's St Johnstone there, and then Sanders is in absolutely doesn't know what's happening. Loses the flight of the ball bounces. Murray gets there first, knocks it up, and then it's the simplest of tasks to knock it in the back of the net. Dreadful, absolutely dreadful defending by St Johnstone, and Sanders in particular. Really poor.
Well, they've had the problems to seek conceding goals, and that is another one that is absolutely awful. They've lost the opening goal now in 8 of 10 Scottish Premiership games. They have taken just 1 point when they've done so. That a 3-3 against Ross County. But as goals go, credit to Simon Murray for the finish. He clipped it up and over. Seemed to wait an age for the ball to come down and headed it in. VAR, I think, is doing a check. Kevin Clancy is just checking, but a nod of the head. Everything's all right. Didn't see any problems there, Alan, I have to confess.
No,
underway.
None at all. And none of the St Johnstone players complained at all. It's a really, really cheap goal to give away.
Well, Dundee might not have started too brightly, but they are ahead. And Curtis Main brings the ball over the halfway line on the left-hand side. Larkesh one side of him, Robertson the other. Finlay Robertson picks up, pings the ball across. That's a terrific ball. Headed back by Murray. Ingram comes in, it hits his hand, and it breaks back.
What
There's a chance. Great save. Well, credit to Larkesh. He continued to play. It certainly looked like handball. Ross Sinclair, terrific save going low to his right-hand side. I don't think that would have counted if it had gone in personally, but it is a corner.
Yeah, we'll wait and see, but it's a brilliant save. Give the keeper all the credit. It's a wonderful save in the end. But St Johnstone are wobbling just now. They just need to get themselves back in the game. That's when you work all week and you give away a cheap goal like that. If someone smashes it in the top corner for 25 yards, fair enough, but that Simon Murray goal's a real cheap goal to give.
There's been a goal at Dumbarton. Let's get the news of that from Chick Young.
It's not Inverness Cali Thistle's week, Paul. They are a goal behind. Vital game for them against Dumbarton as they try to stay in the division, but they have lost a goal. And what a goal it was. A quite magnificent strike from just inside the box by James Hilton to put Dumbarton 1 ahead against Inverness Cali Thistle. Bad news for the Highlands again this week.
Thanks, Chick. So, not the best week for Inverness Cali Thistle. We wish them well as they try and get back on track. Here's St Johnstone trying to get back on track. They've won a free kick inside the Dundee half. Well, it's going to be Matt Smith, the Welshman. He's going to take a couple of steps back from the ball. Dundee have pulled everybody back behind the ball. That's the second time Matt Smith's run up. He might play it the third time he does so. Not sure it was worth the wait, although it sneaks its way into the area. Cometio did well to get the ball away. And now it runs out of play. It's going to be a throw to Dundee. Sidibé was looking for it. Opens his arms out to the assistant to say that was our ball. It wasn't. Throwing goes the way of the home side.
Well, it was a slow start from Dundee, and it was, both sides, but they've been gifted a goal there. St Johnstone's own doing. It's not as if St Johnstone have been carved open. Really poor defensive play. And it could have been 2 down. Really good save by the keeper.
Yeah, terrific shot by Ziad Larkesh. 2 goals already this season. Hit it so well. Kept it nice and low to the turf, but Ross Sinclair did his job, although Ethan Ingram, he's wearing a bandage on his hand. It was the most clear handball from here, but again, referee, a different position to us. Trey Wright gets ready to take the throw, midway inside his opponent's half. Everybody looking to the right-hand side, shielding their eyes from the sun in the technical areas. Dundee won it through Clark Robertson, and then touches it off Trey Wright, but there was a follow-through with a free kick. Jack Sanders went down under pressure from Simon Murray, and that'll be a free kick. So just a little chat for Larkesh there from Kevin Clancy, just indicating he didn't fancy the challenge. Let's get the latest from Dingwall. Ross County against Kilmarnock. John Robertson's there for us.
Yeah, we're just coming up to the 18th minute here, Paul, and it's a very, very tight game, as you'd imagine. Both teams working extremely hard, and it's intriguing. It's a tactical battle. Kilmarnock 4-4-2, as you know, with Kennedy and Armstrong in the wide areas. Ross County playing a 3-5-2, so the wing backs are trying to push them back, but the wingers are tracking them and then taking them the other way. So both teams are they're still really feeling each other out. There's nothing, neither goalkeeper's been really tested. Armstrong's whipped in a couple of great crosses, and Jordan White's been shown his muscle up at the other end. But as I say, 18 minutes in, it's goalless, very, very even match.
Here is Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. Let's go into the Championship. Falkirk, Dunfermline. Gully Singh is there.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here. Very even between Falkirk and Dunfermline. There was an early chance after 4 minutes. Ethan Ross, just outside the D, played a pass into the path of Gary Oliver. His shot was blocked, but the best chance has fallen on 15 minutes to the Pars. Ewan Otto's cross driven low into the path of Craig Clay. He volleyed it straight at Nicky Hogarth. Plenty of pace and power, went out for a corner, but still 0-0 here between Falkirk and Dunfermline.
Thanks, Gully. Queen's Park 0, Partick Thistle 1. The scoreline coming in from Hampden. And it's Logan Chalmers on the score sheet here. You've missed none of the action. In fact, very little action. We do have a goal, but the game's been played at fairly pedestrian pace. Dundee are 1 up. Simon Murray just 1 goal in his last 6 coming into today, taking advantage of a long clearance from the goalkeeper, clipped it over the head of Sinclair after the indecision by Sanders, and then just gently headed the ball home to make it 1-0. I think this is the lowest tempo game I've seen all season, Alan.
Yeah, it's not been great. St Johnstone need to do more now. They're chasing the game. You know, they need to try and get more support up to the front three. Well, Clark's just off with the other 2 strikers. But it's just, I know that Valakari wants to start the game at the back, and they all do and all that, but it's so slow and pedestrian. Dundee just drop off into their shape, makes sure difficult to break through. They need to be more creative, St Johnstone.
Right to Smith, plays it out wide. Sidibe tries to gather but can't do so. Ball runs out of play again. Yet really to link effectively, just once so far. Ended up with a cross from Raymond. Kirameto plays it back to his goalkeeper. Easy decision there. Murray taken down by Sprangler. Out for the first 4 games of the Scottish Premiership this season. Establishing himself in the side once more, but giving away the free kick just inside the Dundee half. It's not so much stop-start, it's stop-stop.
Yeah. And Dundee will get joy if they just clip the ball over the top of Sanders. He's not the quickest, and Murray certainly is. He chases lost causes. That goal was all about his endeavour and chasing it down.
Ball played forward. Nielsen gets the header away, down onto Holt. Holt plays it out wide. Kibioka is there. Kibioka is going backwards though, and it's been given away. Picked up Robertson. Now Silla plays the ball back. Astley is there, sends it down the side. Ingram plays it on the inside, but it's intercepted and played away by Sprangler. He tries to get it back onto Raymond. He loses out to Ingram, and Ingram now moves away up towards the edge of the area. Driving in, tries to get into St Johnstone players there. Blocking, eventually Sprangler did so, plays it back inside onto Nicky Clark. Back onto Andre Raymond, and Raymond flicks it inside to Nielsen. Sometimes we see just one played up front, but with Dundee, you've got Murray pressing on one centre half, you've got Main on the other, so it's not as if one can drop off and just let the other take.
No, and that's the thing, and St Johnstone, the back 4 aren't getting a respite, but there is an opportunity when Nielsen's on it. Can he hit it directly to Dre Wright instead of going through Sanders? It misses a man out, moves it quicker, but it's walking pace.
Opportunity now for St Johnstone to try and get the ball forward. It is on to Dre Wright. Wright gets it on. Sidibe tries to get there again, just bounces off his chest and goes out of play. Everything that's been pinged up to him, it's hard for him because there's defenders right behind him, and it's just been knocked off him and out of play. And
the thing is, with the 2 strikers, normally when you play 2 up like that, you hope that they can get a partnership going, but they're so far apart. Sometimes there's 30-40 yards between the 2 of them at times.
Here's Dre Wright, picks up on the halfway line for St Johnstone, trailing by 1-0. No goals between Ross County and Kilmarnock and Dingwall. Here's the opportunity for Holt to play the ball wide. Sent back by Smith. Gathered again, played back onto Sanders. Sanders on the inside. Sprangler's sitting in between the 2 centre halves at the moment, trying to spring from the back to make something happen. He's just passing it between the centre halves at the moment. Here's Sanders. Sanders gathers, looks ahead. Dropping short is Dre Wright. Almost an inverted fullback at the moment. Clipped forward, more in hope than expectation. Cometio just wins the header, gets it away, the Frenchman. Now Clark picks up. Clark plays it on to Jason Holt. Holt out wide onto Andre Raymond. Raymond faced up by 2, plays it back into Jason Holt. Holt coming back through the middle, and it's picked up. That should have been intercepted. Main decided to sit back, allow the ball to run to Sanders, who's come forward, and eventually he'll pull it back onto Dre Wright. Right inside To Sprangler once more. Holt round the corner. Andre Raymond way on that far side. Tried to take on Ethan Ingram. Being forced back and can't get away from him. Can't get away from Lyle Cameron either. And back to the halfway line. It has not been pretty, but there has been a goal at Falkirk. Falkirk against Dunfermline. Gully Singh.
Yes, Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0, just after 25 minutes here. It's Ethan Ross on the end of it. The ball was played in by Dylan Tate. There's a bit of a melee in the box. It fell to Ethan Ross after I don't know actually who hit the post, but it fell into the path of Ethan Ross, who simply had to put it in the back of the net. It's Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0.
As Jason Holt fires over here. Lovely little move from the left-hand side. Jason Holt got the ball away, up and over the top it goes. That's the best move from St Johnstone.
Yeah, Kim Pioka lays it back to him, or is it a bad touch? It's over the far side, I can't really see, but goes into Holt's path. And he lets fly with his left foot just wide of the target. Look very close from here. Maybe the camera behind the goal will tell us different, but it's a decent enough strike.
Jason Holt, 5th appearance for St Johnstone, still looking for his first goal, just 368, with Livingston not the noted goal scorer, but boys, an important player. Larkesh comes forward, up at the edge of the area for Dundee in the dark blue, moving out wide. Robertson, that's a lovely ball swung in. Sanders gets the header. Ingram comes in, plays it again. Sanders gets the ball away. It's a terrific ball played in that time by Finlay Robertson. And now the ball gets cleared on that far side. It runs out of play. Livingston 0, Raith Rovers 1. Jack Hamilton the scorer. So the goal's starting to go in. We have a goal. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. Simon Murray rather gifted away by St Johnstone. Jason Holt coming closest so far for the visitors. But given the fact that they won, okay, Ross Kennedy had a couple of men sent off, but you won 3-0 last week. You should be in the ascendancy. You want to play. This is so slow.
Yeah, it is. And listen, it may be the way that the manager wants them to play. If they can through the lines, it's very difficult at times. Dundee are set up. They're not going to allow St Johnstone that.
Smith plays the ball into the box. There's the head flick on. Sidibe gets the head flick beyond Nicky Clark. The ball goes behind. It's a goal kick.
I'm just wondering, a little shout from Nicky Clark there, and Sidibe could have let it go into Clark's path. It's a decent enough ball in from Matt Smith.
Yeah, better cross into the area. Nicky Clark scored on 1 of 10 this season. At the 2 against Ross County in the 3 each game.
I'm just wondering if St Johnstone would be better going back to a back 3, put Sprangler back in the 3 and push Raymond and Wright on as wing backs, because Dundee have got 2 up front. You know, just we see where this plays out.
Simon Murray tries to keep the ball in. He does so, but presents it to Jack Sanders just by the corner flag. The ball gets played back inside by Sprangler, and here's the opportunity to clear. And Silla goes in, heads right. It's been another goal at Dumbarton. A busy afternoon for Chick Young.
Indeed, Paul, it's an equaliser. It's Jake Davidson with a header, straightforward goal. Corner on the left-hand side, swung in right-footed. Davidson near post run, and he was virtually unmarked. Simple header into the back of the Dumbarton net. Better news for the Highland Club. It is Dumbarton 1 and Inverness-Cali Thistle 1.
Thanks, Chick. Here, Sprangler gets caught by Clark Robertson. The ball doesn't go out of play. Has to be knocked away by Dre Wright. Back inside, on to Sanders. The sunshine has been withdrawn from the game so far. It's almost like someone up above is displeased. Opportunity for St Johnstone to come forward. Sprangler plays it back. And inside it comes on to Sanders. Sanders looks ahead, back onto Lewis Nielsen. Missed the League Cup, but ever present in the league this season. Plays it forward. CDB tries to get there, knocked away by Ingram. Astley sends it down on the ground. Main knocks the ball back. Clark disrupts, does well. Sprangler tries to gather, gets the shout from Smith. Now it's on the angle. There's a man down on that far side. I can't see because of the pillar, but it's been spotted by Alan Preston, and they will have to bring things to a close. Referee Kevin Clancy wanders over just to check on the health. Is it Ethan Ingram? It's down. Certainly it would appear to be. And he'll slowly get himself back to his feet.
Yeah.
It's one of these great old grounds, Alan, that you look at, and we've got a pillar that's got about 5 or 6 spars coming off it, and it's looking right through
Well, I said that, Paul, a few weeks ago when I was here, that Dundee keep putting out that they're moving to a new ground. I think they've had 3 attempts at it now, that 3 videos have been put out. I think there's more chance of me having shoulder length curly hair by Christmas.
We'll check in with you on that as the ball gets played away. What about the surface though? I mean, the pitch, they've done work.
Magnificent. Yeah, it really is, and that's the standard that we need. And I'm glad Kilmarnock are going back to grass as well. It's brilliant. That's what we need in our top flight.
Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. BBC Radio Scotland on a Saturday afternoon. Dundee unbeaten in the last 6 against St Johnstone. Indeed, they won the last 2. 3 wins, 3 draws in the last 6. As Kimpioka comes back towards the halfway line, he's looking for some work to do as the ball at his feet opens it up onto Dre Wright. Simo Valicari is out issuing some instructions. Sidibé, the ball will just not stick with him this afternoon. Smith tries to gather, headed away by Larkesh, but it comes down onto Dre Wright. Dre Wright taken, Larkesh wins the ball, gets it onto Main. Main tried to fire it forward onto Lyle Cameron, but good dispossessing work and all the way back to the goalkeeper. Again, there's just that little spark. The tackle made, and Dundee were off.
Now, Dundee are the better side at the moment. There's more about them. With St Johnstone, it's all walking. Nielsen back to Sanders, back to Nielsen, back to Sanders. None of them are comfortable about coming out from the back 4 and trying to compete and going to the middle of the park and start the game. It's so easy.
And it's been won as Smith goes to ground. Clark Robertson has it. Turns and goes backwards rather than moving on. Played it to Finlay Robertson. Robertson, he's under pressure from Clark. Ball goes on the inside onto Lyle Cameron. Cameron gets it out wide to Ethan Ingram. No ill effects of the challenge at the edge of the area. Goes past Raymond. Goes past him. Now can he get the crossing? He's going to the byline. Raymond recovers well and takes the touch. Gets away from him. He's going to get a free kick here. You could see it even before he made contact.
I thought it was a good tackle, Paul.
He was going from behind though.
No, I thought Ingram got it side on. I thought it was a good tackle. It's over the far side from us. Well, we're about 100 yards from it, but I thought it was a really good challenge getting back the park. Good challenge initially from Raymond. In my opinion, equally good one from Ingram.
No issues with VAR. And St Johnstone can get things moving again. St Johnstone, well, at times they've almost got into double figures in terms of miles per hour. As the ball gets played forward onto Sidibé. Sidibé loses out. Kimetio gets it away. 6'5" from Leon. Brought in. Had a little spell with Liverpool. Loans to Vienna and to Bristol Rovers. So he does have some experience. He looks a tall, reassuring figure so far today. Sanders plays the ball out wide. Smith. Back onto Dre Wright on the halfway line. Wright looks ahead. Clark is pointing across to the left-hand side. Comes back to Sanders. Sanders onto Nielsen. Nielsen plays it out wide onto Raymond. Eventually, Lyle Cameron will go to close him down. Back onto Raymond again. Kimpioka. Again, he's come short to try and get involved in the game. Plays it on to Andre Raymond. Raymond has to do a little twist and turn to go backwards, the Trinidadian international player. And now it's with Dre Wright on the right-hand side. Dundee leading by 1-0. Simon Murray after 13 minutes, the goal scorer. Ball played back once more. Here's Sanders. Sanders trying to play it forward. Kimpioka watches it come over the shoulder. Good header away by Ashley. Breaks onto Sidibé. Sidibé with a shot on the angle. 12 yards. Never really got it under control and got the ball away out to that right-hand side. Fired it away and well behind in the end.
Yeah, it's a chance for Sidibé there. He just loses his control and his poise at the moment. That he needs to just show a bit of composure and try and hit the target. He's got Nicky Clark to his left as well, screaming on the ball. If he could have picked his head up, but as any forward does, he'll hit a shot from that angle. Just gets it horribly wrong.
Sanders plays the ball back on to Ross Sinclair, all in orange. Plays it out wide. St Johnstone trying to build slowly from the back. Raymond back inside onto Nielsen. Nielsen under no pressure, plays the ball on to Jack Sanders. Englishman takes a touch, looks ahead, plays it forward. Again, the run from Kimpioka. Kimpioka, a little nudge on the edge of the area. Kimetio, gets the decision.
Foul.
Took a while to come, but it was right.
Yeah, it's a free kick, you know, and that's it. The thing is, Sanders is knocking it up. Kimetio's what, 6'5"?
Yep.
Against Sidibé, who must be about 5'8", 5'9" if you're lucky. You know, it's a mismatch in height. For me, I would be pushing Dre right on. I'd say to Sanders, you need to come out the back and try and thread passes through, pick out a midfield player, drop it into a striker. Him and Nielsen are just playing it amongst each other.
32 minutes gone so far. The home side ahead by 1-0. Simon Murray, the goal scorer. He's on the ball. He's won it on that far side. Plays it in behind Main. Cameron tries to get it. Lays it off. There's the shot. Actually hits Main, who does the defending on that occasion, as Robertson got the shot away. Now Smith comes back. Clark Robertson can't make the challenge. There's the ball through. The Commetio again comes in, makes the challenge, doesn't get it away cleanly, breaks to the edge of the area. Clark was waiting for it. Smith couldn't find him. It was blocked well by Silla. St Johnstone have a man down at the edge of the area. They're still playing. Ball inside. On to Jason Holt.
Sidibe, he's up now.
Yep.
He got up quickly. The ball was about to come to him.
We thought, oh, this might be interesting. The ball played out wide onto Raymond. Raymond gathers from right. Ingram comes out to face him. Tries to go on the outside, twisting on the inside. Ingram read it all the way. Takes a touch, doesn't hurry after the ball. Got his body there. Sidibe has gone back down again, as the ball hasn't gone out of play. Ingram, Raymond arguing over it. It breaks back. Raymond has it. Looks a little bit slow to get it moving again. It's on to Dre Wright. Dre Wright gathers, clips it up into the area. There's a chance. Oh, there's a real tumble in the area. I think they'll have a look at that as the ball gets played away. There is a possible penalty check going on. It certainly looked very clumsy. I think it was Astley who was just rushing in.
It did look clumsy, Paul. Yeah, I'd agree with you. I didn't see. I got a great view of it because of that aforementioned pillar that's right in front of me.
The ball is in the midfield. The check is still ongoing. As the ball comes across onto Dre Wright, it just looked clumsy from our angle. Dre Wright plays it, comes all the way through, and it's going to be gathered by Trevor Carson. Carson gathers inside his own area. I just thought Ashley was a little bit heavy. I think it was on Clark as he spun away from him. Again, the pillar didn't do us any favours, but just in the way the forward went down, he did seem to be caught, but VAR is happy that the foul was actually the other way. Wasn't much in it, but VAR doing the check, our VAR this afternoon, is Nick Walsh. As the ball gets played back again, and there's a short pass. Here's the chance. Sidibe going through. Robertson comes in. Sidibe keeps his feet. Doesn't go round the goalkeeper, who stands up, wins the ball, and the ball gets cleared. Golden opportunity.
Nah, he's got to score. He's through one-on-one. He's the centre of the goals. He tries to go round. You know, was there some interference on the way through? I'm not so sure. I don't think so. But what an opportunity that was. He's maybe actually, I think, having looked at Sidibe as a striker since he's come into the game, I think he's an instinctive striker. If something comes in, if he hits it, but when he's got time, he struggles, and that seemed to be the case here. He didn't know what to do. Does it go round him? Do I dink him?
It was one of these ones. I mean, Carson came out, and it was horrible defending. Commetio was trying to come back. The pass was short, and you could see Sidibe. And what you could see, Alan, was the acceleration was terrific. Yeah. I mean, because let's be honest, Finlay Robertson's no slouch, and he was just being left. I thought he would go around the goalkeeper, but he took the ball too close. And credit to Carson, came right out, won the ball, certainly got contact on the ball, and the player went down. It is being held up again, but VAR is happy. St Johnstone are not happy, but I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I'd agree. No, I think it was really good goalkeeping by Carson in the end. Sidibe's got to do better. You know, he runs straight at him. He's got to go at an angle, go round him, dip the shoulder, whatever. He just didn't do anything.
Well, it's the chance they've been waiting for. I'll tell you what, I know who would have scored that. John Robertson. Let's go to him. He's up there. Ross County, Kilmarnock.
I don't know if I had the pace to go that distance, to be honest, but you join us here. Stuart Finlay goes through. What a run this is! What a save! That's the closest we've actually come there. 38 minutes gone. Stuart Finlay just drove forward from the back. Nobody's gone with him. He's walked past a couple of Ross County midfield players, played a 1-2 edge box, got in, looked like he was going to shoot, caught his right foot, side-footed it to the left. Laidlaw gets a big paw there to knock out. That's the closest we've come. We had a Bradline shot deflected into Laidlaw's hands after 26 minutes, and just 3 minutes later a brilliant ball in from Armstrong was met by Marley Watkins under pressure, and he knocked it about a foot past the post. Up the other end, Chilvers broke in from the left hand side, whipped a right foot shot which McCrory passed back, but we're 38 minutes in. It's still Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 0.
Dundee on the attack. Silla tries to get it. Larkesh with the challenge. Sanders will go across. He's trying to let that ball run out of play. He's going to have to play it. Simon Murray was right with him. Now it's played long. Sidibe gets the ball in at his feet for once. Got it under control well, but it's Dundee who'll gather through Ingram on that far side. Thought about playing it back to his goalkeeper. Kimbioka was there. The ball is out of play. That lets us go into the championship. Falkirk against Dunfermline. Gully Singh.
Yes, it's still Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0. Falkirk had threatened for a second just after 30 minutes. Aidan Nisbet took down a cross, turned and fired it straight at the Dunfermline keeper. It was put out for a corner, but yes, it's still currently Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0.
Thank you very much, Gully. It's being shown as a Chris Hamilton on goal. Ethan Ross getting credit as well. We'll check that. Here come Dundee. They're coming forward. Curtis Main pulls the ball back. Main on to Ingram. Ingram going backwards. So let's go to Dumbarton. Chick Young's seen a couple of goals already.
Yeah, and Inverness, Carly Thistle are beginning to get a grip in this game. It's 1-1 at the moment, remember, Paul, but Carly Thistle begin to pepper the Dumbarton goal. They've got a free kick outside the box at the moment, but it's a game that's certainly swinging in the tide. That corner swung in, just cleared again there. Yeah, one each at the moment, Paul.
Thanks, Chick. 1-0 to Dundee at the moment. Ross County, Kelly was 0-0, but the deadlock has been broken. John Robertson.
It is. It's gone to the visitors. We told you about that chance for Finlay. It was a brilliant run. He cut inside. The ball was cleared for a throw, and the throw was played in. It was knocked out to Ndaba, who was 30 yards out. He came forward, knocked it past one of the Ross County defenders, and from 20 yards has smashed a low left-footed shot into Laidlaw's bottom left-hand corner. 38 minutes gone. Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1.
First goal of the season for Corey Ndaba. And Kilmarnock have the lead, trying to follow up that win against Rangers. Handball claimed on that far side. The referee has given it. It's going to be a free kick. Starting to open up just a little bit more, Alan Preston.
We need more from St Johnstone. We really do. Front two, Kimpioka and Sidibe, we know about them. Their pace is electric, but they're just too far apart just now. You know, they can't get Nicky Clark into the game. He's dropping deeper and deeper. And at the moment, your Tony Docherty has been relatively comfortable, but the goal has been given to Dundee, and the chance that St Johnstone have had has been given to St Johnstone.
Ball played long, and an easy one for Trey Wright to the edge of his area to play it back to Ross Sinclair. Sinclair plays it away. Nicky Clark tries to win the header, will fall down. Kimpioka gets it across onto Smith. Smith tries to play it inside. The mistake by the defender. Meteo couldn't get there. Kimpioka has it inside the area. Oh, outrageous step over. Tries the shot. Was always going to be blocked. But two step overs outrageous. Then Nicky Clark from the edge of the area tried the little chip over Trevor Carson. It goes over the crossbar. Kimpioka, what skill that was.
Brilliant. A really good play. The ball down the line. Meteo gets it all wrong from the Matt Smith pass. And Kimpioka's onto it. And you're right, the step over. Brilliant stuff. Gets his shot off. Comes back to Clark after the deflection, and you can see what he's trying to do, Nicky Clark. He's trying to find that top corner with a dink. Gets it wrong just over the top of the bar.
In the championship this afternoon, Airdrie and Ayr United 0-0. Falkirk leading Dunfermline by 1-0. No goals between Hamilton and Morton. Livy trailing at home to Wraith Rovers. Queen Park trailing at home to Partick Thistle. Ball gets played forward and then returned up to the halfway line. Sidibe tries to get there, can't do so. Cometio just plays it forward, looking for Main, takes a bounce. Sinclair doesn't come to get it, and it's won by Nielsen, played outside the area, and it's on to Raymond. Raymond sends it down the side, on to Holt. Holt plays it back to him. Raymond clips it up towards the halfway line. Kabokis now come inside his own half.
Be a card, surely.
Yeah, just taken late, Jason Holt, and the card will come out. Ingram looked a little bit suspect on that one, doesn't want to turn round, but when he does, you will see the yellow card coming his way.
Yeah, easy decision.
Yellow card with 4 minutes to play in the half. First yellow card, Ethan Ingram. And an opportunity for St Johnstone to try and get the ball away. Opportunity to gather.
I think the referee's handled the game well. You know, it's not really been a fiery game that we predicted at the start. You know, but it's been well handled by the referee.
Kevin Clancy is one of the more laid-back referees, and for a laid-back game, it's not a bad idea. Here's the opportunity for Sanders to try and get things moving.
That's the thing though, Paul, it shouldn't be a laid-back game. This game, I've played in them, been at them, I've watched them for the BBC. They're usually, you know, blood and thunder, these ones.
I think it is blood and thunder, just without the blood or the thunder at the moment. This has been the quietest, timidest derby I've ever seen.
I would agree.
How strange. Ross County beat Ross County 3-0 after taking 1 point for the previous 6 games. We thought they would have been wound up and flying into this one. Instead, they trailed to Simon Murray's goal. Simon Murray on the ball, loses out onto Jason Holt. Holt gets it on the inside to Sanders. Sanders all the way back to Sinclair. Sinclair looks to Gather, will push the ball on to Jack Sanders. He'll try and get things moving away. It's dark and dull in Dundee. At the moment, the sunshine has completely disappeared. It's feeling like an October afternoon. St Johnstone try and find a way forward. Ipeoka's drifted out to that left wing position, looking to take on Ingram. Ingram, the only player yellow carded so far. Ipeoka lays it off onto Jason Holt. Holt midway inside his own half has to take a touch. Lays the ball back onto Sprangler. Sprangler out wide to Jack Sanders, who's on the right hand side. Centre circle once more for St Johnstone. And now looking to try and launch the ball forward. Sidibe again can't hold the ball in. And Cameron just wanted far too long on the ball. Sidibe goes, chases him down again. It goes out of play. Dundee get another throw. It's been an afternoon of Clark Robertson throw-ins.
Yeah, it has been. And if I'm Simo Valakari, I would honestly go to a back 3. I would. If it's Sprangler that goes back and plays part of it, with Nielsen plays central, because Dundee's front 2, you can get one man to pick up each, and you've got the spare man at the back. It allows Dre Wright, who's not a right back, to push on. Raymond's better going forward than he is defensively. And then in the middle of the park, you can drop Nicky Clark a little bit deeper, and the front 2 to get closer together.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Now their fullbacks really are fullbacks in that traditional mould. Sinclair plays the ball away over the halfway line. It goes. Sidibe wins the header, comes down onto Smith. Smith tries to get on the other side.
It's a foul. He's pulled his jersey.
Fairly clear pull. The referee, in keeping with the afternoon, makes the decision. Half time at Dumbarton. Dumbarton 1, Inverness Cali Thistle 1. We'll hear from Chick at the half time. We've got a minute to play. We started just that little bit late. It's Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1, Corrie and Davert. What sounded like a cracking goal after 39 minutes here. Our goal came after 13 minutes. Simon Murray, long clearance from Carson, little flick over, and Sanders got it all wrong, just lifted it over the goalkeeper's head, Simon Murray, and bent down to head the ball home. Main with a push on Sanders, not spotted, the ball's run out, it's gone behind. It's going to be a goal kick. Half time at Falkirk. Falkirk leading Dunfermline by 1-0. What a start to the season it's been for Falkirk. And if things stay the same, it would be 1-8, drawn 2, lost 1, 26 points for the season. And they're playing so well. Here, St Johnstone trying to find an equaliser before half time. 45 minutes are up. The board from the fourth official says 0-2. Here comes the chance. Sprangler back to Smith. Smith on the right hand side, forward onto Sprangler. Sprangler under challenge from Clark Robertson, tries to go round him, lays it back off on the bylines, all very tight. Dre Wright comes in to gather, flicks the ball on the inside onto Jason Holt. Holt tries to send it back for Smith, but it's intercepted, and Cameron has it from Robertson. He lifts it over the halfway line to nobody in particular, and Sanders will come in and play the ball back.
I think Tony will be relatively happy with the way things are going. They've been the better side. St Johnstone haven't really created much. They've had that chance for Sidibe clean through, but that was a mistake. But we're almost there at half time.
Sidibe tries to gather, tries to get past Silla. Silla came in. St Johnstone have had over 70% of the ball in this half, according to the possession stats.
In their own half.
Yeah. Statistics and lies and all that kind of thing, isn't it? Here's Sanders coming forward. 30 yards from goal, lifts it in. Carson comes for it, tries to knock it away, and Clark almost knocked it into the net, but it was the other number 10, Lyle Cameron, who managed to get the clearance out to the far side. That was a case of goalkeeper boredom, because there was no way he should have come for that.
Spot on. He just wants something to do, and you could see the ball was dropping short. He was struggling to get there.
Yep, just wanted to get involved in the action, and then better off staying on his line. As I say, good interception by Lyle Cameron, as Nicky Clark thought he might wind up to get goal number 3 of the season. 30 seconds of the additional time to be played. St Johnstone midway inside their opponent's half. Raymond plays it in. Sidibe gets the header away. It's high into the air, and that time the goalkeeper did the right thing, came forward, leapt about 8 yards from goal, got his hands on the ball, took it easily.
Yeah, I think that's about it for the first half, Paul. Dundee 1-0 up. Not a great game, to be honest.
Yeah. Won't live long in the memory, but the second half might be better. There is the half-time whistle. Dundee and St Johnstone going head-to-head, both teams having won. Last weekend, we expected it to be fast and furious. It's been slow and ponderous, but it has been Simon Murray with the only goal of the game after 13 minutes, taking advantage of poor St Johnstone defending. Half-time at Dens Park. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0.
On digital radio,
FM,
online at BBC Sports Scotland,
your smart speaker,
and on BBC Sounds.
This is Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute.
So a difficult first afternoon so far for Simo Valakari in the St Johnstone dugout. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. That goal coming from Simon Murray after 12 minutes. We spoke about him before the programme. So far so good for Tony Docherty in the back of a really good victory at Fir Park last weekend. There are 2 3 o'clock kickoffs in the top flight this afternoon. The other one takes place in Dingwall. Ross County at home to Kilmarnock. Let's get the half-time report from John Robertson.
Yeah, in the half-time here, it's Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1, and this game took a while to warm up there. The conditions are really blustery and driving rain, and both teams looked more tactically involved early on as they tried to get to grips with each other. Kilmarnock coming up here with lots of confidence with a 4-4-2, County in their 3-5-2 formations. There was not a great deal to go on, but in the 26th minute, Brad Lyons broke forward, had a smashing shot, which was deflected up and into the arms for a comfortable save for Laidlaw, and just 2 minutes later, Armstrong, who's been a constant menace down the right-hand side, cutting again, whipped a brilliant ball in, and Marley Watkins threw himself out with his foot, and that, and the attention of Lopata, the ball managed to go about a foot past the post. Ross County racer then, Chilvers cut in and curled one towards McCrory's bottom left corner. He parried it past for a corner. The 37th minute, Finlay broke forward from the back. He got through. He waltzed past 2-3 midfield men from Ross County. They backed off. He kept going. Played a brilliant 1-2 in the box. Pushed onto his right side. Side-footed it. Well, it looked like past Laidlaw, but the big keeper made a sprawling save. And the ball was hooked out for a throw. And from the throw, it got played in the middle of the park. And Corey Ndaba had come up from the back. It was rolled to him. He took one touch 25 yards out. And from about 22 yards, he smashed the ball low and hard past Laidlaw and the County goal to give them the lead. County tried to get back level just before half-time, 44 minutes. Chilvers cutting again and smashed a shot straight down Corey's throat. But the half-time whistle, it's the away side bowed from that wonderful win last week, the lead here in Dingwall. It's Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1.
Thanks to John Robertson. So Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0, Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1. 5:30 start, full commentary to come. Aberdeen against Dundee United. Will cross to Pittodrie shortly for a preview of that one. In the Championship half-time, Airdrie 0, Ayr United 0, Falkirk 1, Dunfermline 0, Hamilton Accies 0, Morton 0, Livingston 0, Wraith Rovers 1, Queen's Park 0, Partick Thistle 1. We're at one game in League One this afternoon. It's at Dumbarton. They're at home to Inverness Cally Thistle. There for us, Chick Young.
Yeah, Kenny, Inverness Cally Thistle's wacky week continues. It's 1-1 at half-time. I would say they've been the better team in the first half against Dumbarton. Remember the situation, that points deduction means they are in -3, trailing Dumbarton, who'd just go up to second bottom in the league before kick-off. And I have to say, Cally Thistle are battling for their very existence. It was Dumbarton who went ahead. It was a magnificent goal, actually. James Hilton with a ferocious strike from just inside the box against a wind which is westerly wind whipping up the Clyde towards the end that Dumbarton are defending in the first half. So it was against the wind. It really rattled it into the back of the net. The Sons of the Rock ahead. But then an equaliser from Jake Davidson. It was so straightforward. Corner on the left-hand side, clipped into the near post. Davidson just planted his feet and just nodded it beyond Brett Long in the Dumbarton goal to give Cally Thistle a leveller that I think they richly deserved. Dumbarton were given the better of the game in the first opening few minutes, but after that, for my money, it was Cally Thistle got them with themselves back into it. Few chances they couldn't capitalise upon. It's 1-1 at half-time, and how desperately they need another 2 points to go on top of the one they seem to have a grip on at the moment. Half-time here is Dumbarton 1, Inverness Caley Thistle 1.
Thanks to Chick Young. Elsewhere in League One, Alloa 0, Arbroath 1, Montrose 0, Cove Rangers 0, Stennismuir 1, Kelty Hearts 0, 5:30 start. Annan at home to Queen of the South. There are no fixtures in League 2 this afternoon. That is because the clubs are involved in Scottish Cup action. What a game we brought you on the BBC Scotland channel last night. Lots of games today. So half-time, Auchinleck Talbot 0, Broxburn 1, Brecon City 2, Huntly 1. Brora Rangers 0, Formartine United 1, East Fife 0, Banks of D 1, East Kilbride 1, Bonnyrigg Rose 0, Elgin City 0, Clyde 1, Forfar Athletic 0, Berwick Rangers 0, Fraserburgh 1, Turriff United 0, Hillabeath 0, Bonesh United 0, Inverurie Locos 1, Dundee North End 1, Irvine Meadow 3, Civil Service Strollers 0, Jeanfield Swifts 0, Edinburgh City 1, Keith 0, Clydebank 0, Linlithgow Rose 1, Clachnacudden 0, Musselburgh 0, Caledonian Braves 1, Peterhead 4, Lochie United 2, Sauchie 0, Buckie Thistle 1, Spartans 0, Cowdenbeath 1, Stirling Albion 3, Bowness Athletic 0. What a game we have in store for you at 5:30. Full commentary to come. Aberdeen at home to Dundee United. It's a sellout there. Let's get to our commentary team this evening. It'll be Willie Miller and Billy Dodds, and our match commentator will be Liam McLeod.
Yeah, and I've got Billy with me here nice and early, and what a wonderful day it is in Scotland's magnificent East Coast, up in the northeast here for what is certain to be a fabulous occasion. As you say, Kenny, a sellout Pittodrie for Aberdeen against Dundee United. Aberdeen have made their best start in the league since 2015. If they win this one today, they'll overtake 2015. They were beaten by Inverness in match day 9 that term. If they win this one, it'll have been their best start to a league season since 1971, which underlines the job Jimmy Telleen is doing at the club. United, though, best start to a top flight season since 2014 under Jackie McNamara. And going back into last season, it's just 3 defeats in 21 games. Aberdeen haven't lost a match in 90 minutes since March. Billy is with me, as I say, knows his fixture inside out, played for both clubs in it, scored some very important goals for each club in this fixture, Billy. And even though you're not playing in the game or coaching part of the match, it's still something to relish, I would imagine. Aberdeen United.
Yeah, it's a great fixture to play in anyway, and then you throw in the ingredients that's involved in this one as well, with both teams absolutely riding the crest of a wave. Obviously Aberdeen unbeaten, Dundee United flying as well, could close the gap if they win it to 4 points against Aberdeen. The weather conditions beautiful just now. It's going to be dark when it starts, so it's going to be under the floodlights, no wind. There is no excuses, Liam, whatsoever. This is got the settings of a brilliant fixture, full crowd, and there's going to be plenty of football played. And I expect a few goals as well.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of niggles in the Aberdeen squad, but nothing major, so it may well be he goes with the same 11, albeit the team that started the second half against Celtic last week put in that fabulous performance that overhauled the 2-0 lead and got it back to 2 each. Could have won the match in the end. Both teams could have won that game. United hoping to have Ryan Strain back. He's been out since the summer. How do you see this one going?
After the 2 shows last week from both teams, we forgot to throw that into the mix, didn't we? With you think Aberdeen's was a brilliant comeback, and it certainly was. It was a game I was at. I loved every minute of it. And then you go to Tannadice and you see what happened there with the 2 late goals in the last minute for Dundee United. So 2 teams who have had spectacular comebacks last week, flying in the league. As I say, it's going to be a tough fought game. I expect, there's going to be plenty of pace and intensity in the game. There's also going to be quality, because we saw the likes of last week when I saw Jamie McGrath hitting that pass through Sockler, taking the finish. So there was brilliant bits in it, and I expect that on top of the hard work that's going to be put into this game, there's going to be the individual skill set as well.
Yeah, there were some great scenes if you're an Aberdeen or Dundee United fan last week. That Mishak goal late on beating Hibs, I think, sent Jim Goodwin tumbling to the ground at one point. It
was funny.
I'm sure he's not bothered about it, to be fair. The dramatic nature of that victory. Jim Goodwin returning to Pittodrie today for the first time since being sacked last year. It's incredible to think it was just last year, because so much has happened since then. But he says he's unfazed, Kenny, coming back to Pittodrie. And we're hoping to see an absolute belter here. I think you've already given it the big build-up, and let's hope that it lives up to those expectations.
The 1,000 Mile Challenge for BBC Children in Need.
BBC Radio Scotland is literally going to great lengths to raise money for BBC Children in Need this year.
Our swim team is going to attempt to swim 24 miles in 5 days. That's more than the length of Loch Ness.
We'll be joining with other BBC teams from across the UK as together we try to clock up 1,000 miles.
We'll bring you a splash-by-splash account of how it's going with regular updates on mornings.
Together, swimming 1,000 miles for BBC Children in Need. BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to Sports and on BBC Radio Scotland. Tom English alongside me in the studio. We'll get your thoughts, Tom, briefly on the 5:30 kick-off. Of course, more build-up to come ahead of that one from around 5 o'clock when the 3 o'clock games are done and dusted. We had a long chat about Simo Valakari, his first game in the dugout for St Johnstone. We spoke about Dundee and how it was a sticky start to the season, but back on track with a great result at Fir Park last Saturday. And so far, so good for Tony Dockside this afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. Another half of football without conceding the goal. So that's a game and a half now. So he'll be delighted about that. The goal, listen, it'll be a thing of absolute beauty for everybody connected with Dundee. For everybody else, particularly Valakari and the St Johnstone people, it was an absolute catastrophe.
So what do we have to check, Tom? The assist?
Yeah, the assist was from Carson. So he's hoofed it down the field. And Jack Sanders lets it bounce inexplicably. Instead of dealing with it, he lets it bounce. And then Simon Murray's alive to it. Little buzz bomb, he gets in there. He lifts it over Ross Sinclair, who has advanced from his goal for reasons are completely unknown to me, or probably to him.
Yes.
And Murray just runs around the back of the goalkeeper and just knocks it in. And it's depending on your allegiances, it's either one of the most beautiful goals or one of the worst goals you will ever see.
Alan Preston, your thoughts on it? It was quite a goal, wasn't it?
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And Kenny, let me just tell you, sometimes when you're involved with the BBC and you're really enthralled in the game, and I'm saying to Paul, we've been a bit harsh here on this game. So I went down to the toilet and everybody, to a man, Dundee fans, slaughtering the game. Worst game ever, can't control it.
Yeah,
rubbish,
it's a terrible game.
Poor standard.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a very poor game. We've got, obviously, Biscuit, we've got the two matches in here. And we're watching both of them, and that your game is really, really poor.
There's just no enthusiasm about, I would say, either side. You know, Tony Docherty's side have been gifted a goal. You might say Tom's a thing of beauty, but they've been gifted a goal. St Johnstone have been gifted a chance from Sidibe, and apart from that, there's not been a tackle where somebody's thundered in and won the ball and get the crowd going. The crowd are not really involved in the game. And St Johnstone, because the onus is now on them, they're losing. They have got to come out and do more. And I keep saying it, I think they'd be better going to a 3. We'll see if the manager adopts that in the second half. He may not. But they're far better with a 3 because I don't think they've got the centre halves. A bit more stability with an extra man in there would certainly help Sanders and Nielsen.
We spoke beforehand, didn't we, Alan, about the number of goals St Johnstone were conceding. 19 before today, that's 20. I mean, that's, and that one, that was one of the worst of the 20, I would imagine, possibly the worst. They have no hope if they continue to do that.
Yeah, you highlighted that, Alan, didn't you? But along with Tom, just you said asked you the strengths and weaknesses, and you said for both sides the strengths are going forward. We've spoken a lot this season about the options St Johnstone now have in attack, but that defence has got to be really concerning.
Well, I watched them in the very first game of the season against Aberdeen at home, and they played a flat 4 in the first half. And myself and Willie were both saying they need to go to 3 at the back. They have to, and they did in the second half. They started the second, and it's the same again today. They need, because the players at centre half are not great on the ball, they're not great coming out, and defensively, as we've seen with the goal, they're not great either. So if you get another one in there to give them a bit more support, a bit more help, which allows the two full-backs as they are to turn into wing-backs, because they are wing-backs. Raymond and Dre Wright are wingers come wing-backs. They're certainly not out-and-out full-backs. So that would help them stepping onto the game, being 10, 15 yards further up. So we'll just have to wait and see what the second half brings. But I expect a lot more from St Johnstone. I was delighted last week. Great result. Good start for them. 3 goals, clean sheet. I thought they're going to kick on today in this game. This will be great. It's been really disappointing as far as I'm concerned. Johnstone have shown.
I can see them out early there. We'll just cross quickly a quick 30-second hit with John Robertson back underway in Dingwall in the second half, John.
Yes, we're off and running as a substitute at half-time. Finlay has come off for Kilmarnock and Wright has come on to replace him. So Wright is just slotted back into the centre-back spot there with Dees moving over to the left-hand side. No changes for County. As I said, it was a pretty even first half hour then. Kilmarnock just stepped up a gear, had a couple of decent chances. Brilliant save from the aforementioned Finlay's shot, and then Ndaba has slammed them in. County, they've had a couple of efforts, they're just not quite at it yet. I don't know if it's still a hangover from last week, but Kilmarnock are showing that form that they've got and the lift that they got again from winning against Rangers, and there's just a little bit, they look just a little bit sharper, but it's 1-0 and County are shooting with the wind and with the rain in the second half.
Good stuff, thanks to John Roberts. This is one of the something I've been working on, perhaps getting Ndaba to have more shots at goal, because I saw the picture of Derek McInnes pointing at the bench, and almost like I told you, a big smile on his face, and quite rightly so. They are ahead. Just started the second half there. Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1. The home side ahead at Dens Park. Let's get back to Alan Preston and Paul Mitchell.
Thanks, Kenny. Welcome back. Just getting ready to get underway. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. Dundee with 4 efforts towards goal. St Johnstone with 6. St Johnstone 72% possession on that first half. As Alan Preston rightly commented, most of it inside their own half. And we'll be hoping for an awful lot better. Here's Kimpioka. He moves forward. There has been one change at the right, but Kimpioka moving forward up towards the edge of the area. More urgency, it looks like. Plays it in towards Raymond in the area, and it's touched away. Cometio comes across and gets it away. We've got Sammy Braybrook, who is onto the field of play, and he's replaced Mo Silla. So that's the change at half-time. Raymond. St Johnstone going from right to left in their maroon and white away kit this season. Dundee in the dark blue, white shorts, white socks topped off with the dark blue. It's thrown in. Bayoka watches as Sidibe comes back for it. Raymond comes in. Holt tries to gather. Pushed away by Ingram. It's going to be another throw. Thrown into Jason Holt. Holt lifts it back over to Raymond. Kills it really quickly. Pulls the ball back in his right foot. Cross with the left foot. The overhead kick attempt from Sidibe was very interesting indeed. Kimpioka was trying to get in there as well. It runs all the way through, but certainly a more tempo.
Yeah, it has to be. And they're shooting down the hill a bit into their fans as well, the St Johnstone players. But, you know, I think that they've really got to start on the front foot, win the second ball. Anything that drops, they've got to be there first on it.
Long ball forward, comes off Murray. Inside to Nielsen, Nielsen to Sanders. Sanders jabs the ball away. Kimpioka loses out to Ryan Astley, and Astley heads the ball out of play. Doing really interesting, the team talks at half-time. You know, you've not had a lot of possession, but you've got the goal. You've not played with a lot of urgency. You are the home side. You've not made the running. It's a strange one from Dundee.
It is. I think if you're Tony as well, you say, listen, clean sheet second half, we've won the game. Simple as that. Make sure you pick up your runners. Don't do anything silly if you can, and we'll win this game.
Sidibe plays it out wide. Smith into the middle. It goes. Ingram can't get it.
Kimpioka!
Oh, unbelievable save. Well, he expected Ingram to make the header away. He didn't do so. Kimpioka won the header, left-hand side on the angle, and somehow Trevor Carson kept that out. Here comes Holt now. Holt into the middle. Clark chance blocked. Header comes in. Wide.
Smith. And that's it. That's St Johnstone there. That's all they need. You know, you can see Sidibe try to get the fans going. They need to get the fans going, not the other way about. Really good play. Matt Smith comes in, who's really unlucky. I thought the header was just going to drop in. There was also a brilliant block in there from Nicky Clark as he has his shot. And then we've got that Kimpioka header. What a save that is from Carson.
Unbelievable football, Alan. It really was. And somehow St Johnstone have flicked a switch. And all of a sudden, Alan, they look dangerous.
And that's how it should be. You know, and that's it. That has to be like that all the time for St Johnstone. They can't go 50-60%, no enthusiasm, no energy about them. Don't wait till you're 1-0 down to try and spark into life.
Well, Trevor Carson's now made 2 great saves in this match as Dundee gather. Larkesh back on the inside. Cameron. Braybrook is on. Sammy Braybrook from Leicester. They'll be played out wide. Curtis Main going on the chase. Sanders comes across there. Played it off Main. Round the side it goes. And Sidibe tries to gather again, and all the way back it comes onto Cometio. Cometio tries to play the ball out wide, it's done so. Robertson flicked the ball inside, Cameron tries to get there, and it's won by Dre Wright onto Andrew Raymond. Over the halfway line it goes. Terrible ball, although it's knocked out of play by Astley, and we get a throw.
A simple pass from Raymond. You know, he's got, what, 30-40 yards to hit, and it came to Kyoka's feet, and it hits it on the outside of his left foot, and he almost goes out for a throw, and they do eventually get a throw in.
Well, lucky to get it, but they have it. Raymond. Holt makes himself available, drops it down to back onto Raymond under pressure from Lyle Cameron. As the ball gets played away out onto Dre Wright. Wright now gathers. Sidibe lays it off, out wide it goes onto Matt Smith. Smith back onto Dre Wright. Back to the halfway line it goes. Really good start to the second half, certainly compared to the first 5 minutes of action so far.
Yeah, but what they don't want is a tempo to drop.
And that's what it's doing just at the moment as it's sent up to the edge of the area. Here's Jason Holt. One player who's looked to move things quickly today. Holt gets it back again from Raymond. Raymond trying to go on the outside, level the penalty box. Looks to step on the inside. He was forced inside that time by Finlay Robertson. It's only 1-year-old. It's now gathered. Played out wide. Here's the chance to get the ball forward again. It's a poor ball forward. Robertson will gather onto Cameron again. It was just given away by Sanders. And all sorts of time to play it forward. And Main turns and plays it back onto Clark Robertson. Braybrook looks up, opens it up onto Ethan Ingram. Only a cast on his left hand. Turns, plays the ball back again. Dundee fans starting to get into this as Braybrook rolls Clark, lifts the ball out wide. That's one of the better passes of the game. Here's Clark Robertson. Robertson forward onto Cameron. Cameron tried to take it past Dre Wright. Dre Wright stood up well and plays the ball back. Sanders gets it away up towards the halfway line. Sidibe drops it off onto Smith. Smith plays it forward. Cometio should be able to play it back to his goalkeeper. All in pale blue. Carson scoops it high into the air. St Johnstone battle for it. Holt wins it, plays it round the corner beautifully. And no way through. It can be okay. There's 3 Dundee players round there. Somehow though, St Johnstone have won it back. Holt with a shot, Holt wide.
Much better though from St Johnstone. Winning the second ball, you know, in the faces of the Dundee players. You can hear the Dundee fans are starting to get a bit frustrated. Although they're winning 1-0, they've not started the second half well enough.
Yeah, been a little bit slow to the ball. And St Johnstone certainly look that little bit livelier so far. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 0. It's Ross County 0, Kilmarnock 1. That's how the scoring's gone in the Scottish Premiership this afternoon. Still to come, Aberdeen against Dundee United. What a cracker that will be from Pittodrie. Sent long by the goalkeeper, picked up by Simon Murray. He goes down, but he seemed to stumble.
A good referee, and Murray goes down so easily there. The referee's looking right at it.
Yeah, he wasn't fooled by it, just saw the stumble rather than anything else. Here's Raymond. Raymond plays it to Holt, gets it back on the halfway line. Raymond trying to get away from Ethan Ingram. Raymond tries the touch, needs some support, drags the ball back, gets away from Robertson again. Now it's played away. Well, he seemed to take a sore one on the side of the leg. He has gone down. St Johnstone have kept the ball. The referee has stopped the game. And Raymond goes down. I don't know whether he's just tweaked the hamstring himself or when he was turning.
Possibly. I just wondered, is he going to give a free kick here or is it a drop ball again? Does he believe he was fouled, the referee? Well, but what this does is, Paul, it takes the sting out of, you know, St Johnstone's impetus that they had with him going down injured. If he's injured, fair enough, but it just takes the sting out of it.
Yeah, it might be a change coming. There's certainly a couple of the subs have gone to warm up, but yeah, it just stops the game. Mo Silla went off, and we'll talk about that in a moment, because there's been another goal at Falkirk. Gully Singh can tell us more.
Yes, early on in the second half, it's Falkirk 2, Dunfermline 0. A poor clearance from the Dunfermline keeper fell into the path of Aidan Nisbet. He fed it forward, and Ethan Ross got a shot away, and he's put it in the back of the net, and it's now Falkirk 2, Dunfermline 0.
What a scoreline that is for Falkirk. Still no goals. Airdrie Unions and Ayr United. And we'll run you through the other championship scores in just a moment. Andrew Raymond remains down, Alan, which it looks so innocuous. There didn't appear to be too much in it, but he's certainly not looking think he might be able to continue. There's certainly one or two movements coming. He's slowly getting himself back to his feet.
Yeah, it would be Carey, you would have thought, because I can't really, well, Carey and pushing on a little bit of creativity, but I think Raymond's okay. He's holding his hamstring, I think.
Yeah, just trying to stretch that out and make sure everything's okay. Actually, Graham Carey coming on wouldn't be a bad shout. That might actually force them into a back three, the change you talked about earlier on. So Calvin Miller is the confirmed scorer of that second goal for Falkirk. So Falkirk leading by 2-0 over Dunfermline Athletic. Ball gets played out wide onto that far side. 6,548. Really good crowd inside Dens this afternoon, and when your team's been winning, that's what you're looking for. Good travelling support, but certainly the home support, from what we heard at half-time, not overly impressed with how things are going.
No.
Well, it's one thing to be not overly impressed and still to be winning at the same time. Ball bounces on the halfway line. Smith sends it forward. Cometio wants the header, but it comes down. Sidibé almost got it through to Kimpioka, and Jason Holt was lucky. And then Sven Sprangler goes in on the challenge, and Finlay Robertson, I was going to say he was lucky, Alan, because he looked to take Robertson down and didn't do so, and Sprangler then decided he'd do it instead.
Yeah, a reckless challenge from Sprangler as well. Simple one for the referee. Again, good position the ref's in, right on the spot. Right, that's easy one for him. Sprangler running the tightrope now.
Yes, Sprangler getting the card. So 10.5 minutes gone in the second half. St Johnstone, first player into the book. Dundee leading by 1-0. Main does well. Flips the ball out wide onto Robertson. Robertson just keeps it back to Main. Chance for a handball. That was driven in. And that looked like driven in point blank. And if a penalty goes against them, that would be harsh.
Yeah, I think it's a yard. Well, from where we are, Paul, it looks like about a yard away, if that. There's nothing more he can do. Raymond's going down again. I think he's ran his race. The looks of it. He's
right on that one. But certainly from where we were, you can tell, and the Dundee players didn't really claim for it either.
No, but it'll certainly be checked. You know, I don't think the player can do anything. It's not as if he's got his arms outstretched. I just think he's hit him right arm.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't think it was a penalty.
Yeah, definitely not a problem. Arm was tucked into the body. Kimpioka still getting some treatment. He's gone. They are going to have to go to the bench for this one, Alan, and sometimes that can actually work to your advantage.
Yeah, well, Kyle Cameron's coming on. He's a centre half. So, and then we'll see Carey's the other one, so they're going to make a double change. You would think that Raymond's going to be one that's coming off. He has to, surely.
Yeah, he's slowly coming off. A little shake of the head. I'm just waiting for the board from the fourth official to go up. There's confirmation. Raymond off Kyle Cameron, who's on. He's not played in the last two games, so he gets his chance. He comes racing on to the field, and it's Matt Smith who's also withdrawn. And Graham Carey will come on, so Carey gets the chance. 7th time off the bench this season. And it will just take a while. I wonder if Matt Smith would be asked to leave round the goal, but he's come to the scenic route right down here. And Andrew Raymond certainly limping his way away, so the change made just 12.5 minutes into this second half as Dundee have a throw. It was good play by Curtis Main, the nice little 1-2 to get the last chance. And here's the opportunity for the throw. Thrown into the area, immediately getting involved in the action is Cameron to head the ball away. Braybrook returns it, picked up by Ingram, midway inside his opponent's half. He's going to try and take on Nielsen. Got past him, but just jabbed the ball to the side. Had to recover, and Nielsen recovered as well. And Nielsen blocks the cross and goes out of play. Not really seen sustained pressure from Dundee.
No, but I'll tell you, if Nielsen's gone to left back, he's got a problem, because Ingram will go up and down that line all day.
He's not left back.
No.
Definitely not.
Last year he played centre midfield for Thistle. He's playing centre half today. I've seen him playing right back.
Long throw in. Meto gets the header across, headed back by Sanders, away just outside the area. Cameron flicks it back in, Main's battling for it. Sanders gets the header away again. Robertson almost in there. St Johnstone managed to get it clear. An almighty thump away by Graham Carey over the halfway line, and it drops down. Two strikers go and chase, and it's well played by Clark and he just lays the ball back inside. 1-0 to Dundee here as the ball's played back again. Dundee fans not happy. Let's go up to Dingwall, Ross County, Kilmarnock, John Robertson.
Yeah, it's been a real game changer here. 53 minutes gone. Donnelly got booked for kicking the ball away a throw, and Derek McInnes was raging at him. And just a minute ago, he brought down the Chilvers in the middle of the park to receive his second yellow and red from the free kick. It's been knocked down. A Keel Wright shot was blocked. It fell to Jordan White. He smashed it home. It looks like it's Ross County 1, Kilmarnock 1.
Well, how quickly a game can change there. Quickly changing to Dumbarton and Menezcali Thistle. Chick Young.
And you take, as you can hear Paul in the background, just Dumbarton, who have gone back into the lead 2-1 it is. It was a lovely finish from Ryan Blair. Had a great angle on it. He just curled it with his left foot. I could see it was going in at the right-hand post of Musa Debaga, and it said Dumbarton 2-1 ahead. Another bad news, more bad news for Inverness Cali Thistle. Great news for Dumbarton, who've got their own battle to wage at the bottom of the table. Dumbarton 2, Inverness 1.
Thanks, Chick. Free kick given in the centre circle, given against Sven Sprangler on that occasion. The Austrian didn't agree. So confirmation, Liam Donnelly red carded for Kilmarnock, and Jordan White scoring.
Some of the red cards Kelly have had early on in the season.
It's been incredible, isn't it? Just a little flurry of them. St Johnstone had their own little flurry as well. Clark tries to knock the ball away. It's picked up by Holt. Holt will gather. Lays the ball back off onto Sanders. Kyle Cameron trying to get involved as well. Now it's played through onto Nicky Clark. Centre circle, lifts it up. Kimbeoka trying to go through, so to Sidibe, but it was Kimetio who just got in there, the Frenchman. It's been given away again by Dundee. They just cannot bring the ball out without hitting a St Johnstone player. Now here's the chance to move forward for Lewis Nielsen. Nielsen back onto Jason Holt. 6-7 at the edge of the box. Comes across. Sidibe plays it. Graham Carey. Carey will send it out wide. Trey Wright inside the area. Trying to get the crossover. Block. Larkesh behind. Corner kick. St Johnstone.
Yeah, it's better from St Johnstone. One side of the pitch to the other. Good play. Trey Wright getting there as the right full back. Chance he can take it quick.
Tell you what, Alan, they had a great chance to take that quickly, because Dundee were trying to shuttle back defenders and get an attacker or two up, and they were in that transition. But it's Carey's corner, whipped in. The header comes up. The goalkeeper will gather. Kimbeoka tried to get the header in. He was well marshalled by Kimetio, and up it went. And Carson came down with the ball.
Yeah, I think St Johnstone just need to keep playing as much as they can, get the ball down into the wider area. Sprangler has to watch now. He's been yellow carded. Got to be careful.
Away by Carson. Dundee have won the last 2 matches against St Johnstone as the player is down. And it is Sprangler who's gone down.
Main.
Yellow card has come for Curtis Main.
I think that would be checked.
Well, Main just going in a little bit too heavily. And the referee has indicated there will be a delay as well. VAR will have a look at that. It's Nick Walsh. It was a yellow card and no more than that. Curtis Main's capable of that.
He is. He's a physical guy. You know, that's the way he likes to play. Not overly physical at times, but, you know, that's a deserved yellow card there.
So Kevin Clancy gets the paperwork finished. I was about to mention St Johnstone have not got a great record against Dundee. Dundee won the last 2. Last time they won 3 straight top flight games against St Johnstone, April 2002. Ivo Benetti was the boss back then. 22 years ago. Now here's the opportunity for St Johnstone again, still enjoying the majority of possession, but can't find a way to beat Trevor Carson. He's made a couple of good saves in this one. Sidibe, Kimbeoka, midway inside his opponent's half on the left-hand side, driving in. Good simple little challenge there by Finlay Robertson, given his debut back in May 2019 by James McPake. He has grown as a player, and really good tackle on that occasion. Here's Jason Holt buzzing around for St Johnstone. Out wide it goes. Lewis Nielsen. Nielsen, not only is he playing left back, but he's so right-footed, it's not really natural. Here's Trey Wright, tries the shot 35 yards, spot by Cameron, goes out wide onto Graham Carey. Carey steps in, he tries the shot,
what a goal!
Oh, what a strike that is! Outside the box on the right-hand side, Graham Carey stepped inside and curled an absolute classic into the corner. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 1, Graham Carey.
And how many times have we seen that? Brilliant finish from Carey. The ball's played out to him. He's got Dre Wright going on the outside, but he cuts in on his left foot on the right-hand side of the box and aims for that far corner, and it finds it. Has been coming. You could see it. St Johnstone have got better in the second half. You know, and brilliant goal from Carey again. How many times does he do that for St Johnstone?
Well, he is a regular goal scorer across his career. His best was with Plymouth. He scored once in almost every 4 matches for them. But for St Johnstone, 8 in 88, and that is an absolute peach of a goal. He just curled it in. Goalkeeper classic. The big arm is out, but he could do nothing about it. Nestled in the corner, 1 apiece.
Main's down where it looks like a head knock to me.
Yeah, he's holding his head at the moment. St Johnstone will come to a close, just dribbling the ball head on head. Contact, it looked like, Alan. It's all happening now.
It is, but you know, St Johnstone are the ones now. They've got to drive this home. They've got to keep going as they're doing. It's been a lot better in the second half. They've managed to get Kimpioka, Sidibe on the ball. Dre Wright's bombing forward from one side. It's been much, much better from him. You can see Nicky Clark's driving them on now, as a captain should do. He's asking for more. They can win this game. They really can, because Dundee have not performed well at all.
Well, one of the things I was going to mention is Dundee and Leeds aren't often things that go well. They blew the 2-goal lead at home against Kilmarnock, and that has been far from ideal for them. So they will have to take care here. They only lost at home this season after scoring first was here against Kilmarnock. Nicky Clark interceding with the referee to say, well, if it's a bounce ball, surely it's ours, but Dundee are trying to claim it's theirs. And eventually, way on that far side, the ball will be dropped. It's 1 apiece here. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 1. Ball thrown forward. Murray gathers inside the area, pulls the ball back. Braybrook will gather between sides or half and pulls the ball back again, and all the way back.
Fans, they're human.
All the way back to the goalkeeper. Gets launched long, and an easy header away by Sanders. Slashed on by Sidibe. Sidibe tries to get there. Kimpioka has got there ahead of Astley. He's inside the area, holds up, rolls the ball onto Carey. Carey now on the inside, tries to go, has to come back again, plays it back to Dre Wright. Dre Wright clips it up. The header comes in from Sidibe. The header comes wide. Dundee are a pale shadow of themselves.
Well, they've got the ball and inside the St Johnstone box with Simon Murray. He lays it back, and in the next minute, it's all the way back to the keeper. And you can hear the fans getting frustrated. That's starting to prey on the players' minds as well. Kimpioka chases just a lost cause, wins it, and St Johnstone get an effort at goal. Really good play by Kimpioka once again. But, you know, St Johnstone, I'll say it again, Paul, the game is here for the taking.
Dundee 1, St Johnstone 1, Ross County 1, Kilmarnock 1. All the action on BBC Radio Scotland Sports Sound on a Saturday afternoon. No better place to be. And still to come, Aberdeen against Dundee United. Liam McLeod, Billy Dodds, Willie Miller will make the call on that one. Here's Clark Robertson for Dundee. Robertson again takes his time. Marquesh drops down on the inside. Better ball forward onto Cameron. Cameron though pulls it back to the halfway line. It was the right pass. Braybrook was there. Plays it back to Cameron. Round the corner it comes. Marquesh has made the continuing run. He's down by the corner flag. Ball goes out of play. It's a corner to Dundee. Dundee are thinking about a change. Looks like Seb Palmer-Holton is getting ready to come on. In fact, it might be a double change as well.
Get Main off. I don't think Main's done enough for me.
Scott Tiffany, I think, is the other player. Trying to just see through the dugout. It is Scott Tiffany. Eddie Wimley might be coming on as well. It'll be a triple change.
Well, that just shows you that Tony's not happy with the way things are going.
Yeah, not chuffed, is he? Here's the corner kick to come from the left-hand side. All the Dundee players at the right. They make a run into the middle. The header comes across. It's going to break down for Simon Murray. Murray takes the touch, takes the turn, takes the shot. And the ball lands wide in the end. Ball goes behind. It's a goal kick. Here comes the triple change. And the referee just brings play to a halt for a moment. Tony Docherty just a little handshake for all the players. And let's check to see who's coming off. Well, he called it. Alan Main. Alan Preston alongside me. Curtis Main is the player coming off. No great surprise.
No, I don't think he's been great since he's come back to Dundee last year. I think he's been poor, actually. He's not got a great goal scoring record. Doesn't link up with Murray. I think Murray's better with with this partner up front, Palmer Holden, I think he's a better partner for Simon Murray. I really do. I don't think Main contributes much.
You see how Larkesh comes off as well. There's been a goal at Dumbarton. Let's get the details. Chick Young.
It's the third goal for Dumbarton. They now lead by 3-1. A second of the afternoon for Hilton. It was a lovely, lovely finish. Kept it low down at the goalkeeper's right-hand side. And Dumbarton making a miserable week for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. They lead here by 3-1.
Yeah, they've had better weeks, that's for sure.
It's a long, long way back up the road to Inverness.
Oh, especially after all that's happened. Airdrie 0, Ayr United 1, Falkirk 2. I think Dunfermline might have pulled a goal back there. We'll get confirmation in a moment. There is a goal at Falkirk coming through. Let's get the details from Gully.
Yes, it's game on here. It's Falkirk 2, Dunfermline 1. A free kick whipped in against the run of play, and Lewis McCann got his head on it. It's 15 minutes or so to go. Falkirk were trying to manage the game, perhaps trying to see it out just at 2-0. Dunfermline really getting on the front foot there, and they found a response. We can see if they can get an equaliser. There's plenty of time. It's Falkirk 2, Dunfermline 1.
Thanks, Gully. We thought it'd be a cracker this afternoon. This one's developed into an interesting one after a slow start. Sprangler trying to chase his way through, comes out wide, played away by Clark Robertson, headed away by Sanders, gets back to his feet as it falls for Cameron. Cameron, way on that left-hand side, one apiece. Dundee being urged to come forward. And Braybrook has it by the halfway line, just short little pass. Mateo drops it across, and there's Astley. And there's no way through on that occasion, and that's good play from Cameron. Cameron lays it forward. Sidibe's got the chase. Cometio tries to go in there. They both fall to the ground. They both get back up. The ball's played back to the goalkeeper. And the referee gives the offside decision against the St Johnstone player.
That might have been a bit interesting. Might have been Cometio and Sidibe. They're a good battle, really good battle.
Been both big, strong players. You could see the desire, you could see the commitment, and that's exactly what we want to see. Kimpioka Sidibe have got 13 of the 22 goals coming into today. Graham Carey with the equaliser here in the second half after Simon Murray had scored the opener after 13 minutes. Goals have been difficult to come by for Dundee since scoring 6 against Airdrie in the League Cup. It's now just 8 in 8 games, so they've not been free-flowing. Interesting to see what difference the changes make. That's hooked out of play by Finlay Robertson on the halfway line. And the throw will come for St Johnstone. The momentum's with St Johnstone.
Completely. I think Simo Valakari, whatever he said at half-time, he's got a reaction now from his players. And whatever Tony said, it's went the opposite way for him, because Dundee, I thought they were decent value for the 1-0. It wasn't a great first half. I thought they'd done well. Were better than St Johnstone, who hadn't really created anything. But the second half, it's a complete turnaround. St Johnstone have got this game in the grip of their hands if they want it. They've got the wind as well. They've got everything that they want to try and win this. Dundee, you find it really difficult, Paul, when you start at a high tempo and then you drop it to try and raise it again. And at the moment, Dundee are not really in this game.
So it's sent long by Carson. Murray comes short to try and win it, loses out to Sprangler. Ball breaks back across the halfway line, and Adewimnik goes down and bounces himself back up, but that is a free kick conceded. Seb Palmer Holden's gone wide on that left-hand side. It's interesting. Murray's going through the middle, just Cameron's almost sitting off him at the moment. Also 2 Tiffany's sitting there, so they're trying to get the players forward to support, but there seems to be a disconnect, and it's given away again from the back. Kimpioka drops the shoulder, comes out to the left-hand side, plays it round the corner, onto Jason Holt. Holt gathers, being shielded away by Robertson, comes back across onto Nielsen. Kimpioka again goes in, but Braybrook can't gather. Kimpioka stands up, gets the ball away quickly. There's the little interchange, pulls it out wide onto Jason Holt. Better from the visitors, although Lewis Nielsen's under a little bit of pressure. He's going to have to play it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Simon Murray chases down Ross Sinclair, but it's played to the side. Better passing this. Well, the ball's been given away now. Cameron picks up, plays it through. Tiffany in the area has brought the ball down on the edge of the box. He's gathered, he's twisted, he's turns, he's going in. He gets the shot away. Ideally, he wanted to try and cut it back to Simon Murray, but such was the angle and the pressure. He did well to get the shot.
Yeah, it's defensive mistakes again. You know, St Johnstone give it away there. Dundee are on the attack. Chance for Tiffany. Comfortable save for the keeper, but right, Paul, I think he's looking for Murray. Be the better option.
Yeah, Murray just peeled away nicely. Commetio just drops the ball forward, returned by the substitute Kyle Cameron. Commetio again with a long header away. Sanders turns, plays it back to his goalkeeper. Sinclair inside his 6-yard box, launches it long. Again, it's been misread, and Astley has to head the ball back onto Carson. There's a disconnect in the back three for Dundee at the moment.
There's a disconnect with the fans as well. They're going mental.
Yeah, not best pleased, I think, is the phrase at the moment. And Women tries to come forward. Oh, he's been dragged back. That's a clear card.
Yep.
Lewis Nielsen, you mentioned he might be out of his depth at that left back area.
Yeah.
Pull back and a free kick from outside the box to come.
Yeah, it's easy for the referee there. And I tell you, if I'm Tony now, I want the ball out to him all the time and run and run and run at Nielsen. You could see it, Paul. He's a decent enough player, Nielsen. He's not blessed with pace. Really struggled there. And he's got a full handful with the player's jersey.
You mentioned in the first half, I like him as a central midfielder, a sitting midfield player.
Yeah.
Certainly got the ability, but St Johnstone now on their heels to deliver. Sammy Braybrook. He's played once for Leicester City, his parent club. It's the first time he's come out on loan and playing for Dundee for the 5th time. He's looking to deliver from outside the box on the right-hand side. One apiece, finally poised here. 15 to play. Braybrook holds up the left arm, sends it in with the right foot, breaks down, Commetio goes in there, the ball scoops high in the air, and the goalkeeper emerges with it. It was absolutely congested over there. I think Sanders has gone down, but the goalkeeper has it. Let's get an update from Dingwall. John Robertson, Ross County, Kilmarnock.
Yeah, it's still Ross County 1, Kilmarnock 1, but that sending off has completely changed the game. Kilmarnock have had to change their system into a sort of 3-4-3, come 4-4-1 when they lose the ball. Ross County have thrown a triple substitution on just a second ago. They've brought on Scott Allardyce, Eamon Brophy and Alex Samuels has all come on, and Denham, Reid and Hale have gone off. It's one-way traffic. It's all County. Chilthers is a one-man shooting shop here at the moment. The midfield player, attacking midfield player, he's had 2 shots blocked at the edge of boxes, one a free kick he hit that just landed on the top there. Another cross-come shot was punched away by McCrory, and another one that whistled just past the post. It's County who are piling the pressure on. Kilmarnock are keeping them at bay at the moment. They're not showing anything at all. They've had to take Kyle Vassell off. They've left Marley Watkins up front on his own. But at this moment in time, with just 12 minutes to go, County are definitely the team on the front foot, and the more likely. But the way the late goals have come in Scottish football, we just don't know. With 12 minutes to go, it's County 1, Killie 1.
Thanks, John. As the ball gets played forward, Dundee try to gather. Woodwick gathers. He has it. Where's 11? Tall player plays it out wide onto Robertson. Robertson gathers. Danny Wilson has scored for Livingston. What a comeback he's had. As the Woodwick tries to play it out wide. He's got Seb Palmer holding out there. He tries the shot straight at the goalkeeper. Gets both hands on it and gathers.
Yeah, comfortable save for Sinclair. Decent play from Dundee out to Palmer holding on the left-hand side, cutting in on his right foot, getting the shot off, not enough power in it. Comfortable save for Sinclair.
Red Rovers had led through Jack Hamilton. They had Liam Dix sent off after 55 minutes, and Danny Wilson with 15 to play equalises there. Hamilton have made the breakthrough. Ollie Shaw, former Hibs player, making it 1-0. 13 to play against Morton. Ball comes down. Holt goes down. The referee's given the free kick. Holt goes, gathers, picks it up, tries to get it played quickly. Does so. Sidibe takes a heavy touch to the left foot. I don't think he's going to get that back across.
He's all right.
He's kept it in. Graham Carey takes the touch, chance to get the goal, but he stepped out to the right-hand side, lashed it up and over the crossbar. How Sidibe kept that in, I thought he'd given himself way too much work to do.
Well, I'd love to see that again because it was very tight, Paul, but I looked at the assistant straight away. He keeps his flag down. He's the one in line. Goes to Carey and you think, can he hit it with his left foot? He elects to drag it onto his right, and his shot at the angle goes over the top of the crossbar.
Commetio plays the ball back to his goalkeeper. Again, Dundee assistant trying to play it out from the back. It's won by Sanders. Sanders looks comfortable at the moment. It was his mistake for the goal.
Paul, I think you see what Kimpioka and Sidibe bring to Scottish football. It's just chaos.
Yeah.
They've got they could catch pigeons. They're unbelievable pace. Both of them have got. And then they've got the bit of the fine class for Nicky Clark just playing off them as well. But these two guys up top, absolutely great finds for St Johnstone.
Yeah, they've certainly brought the goals. And as a defender, if the attacker doesn't know what he's going to do, how are you supposed to know? Poor touch there by Lyle Cameron, just pulled back on Jason Holt. Simple caution. And Dundee just getting a little bit clumsy.
They are. You know, it's all St Johnstone just now. With just over, is it 10 minutes to go, Paul?
Yep.
St Johnstone are piling on the pressure.
There's been a goal in Dingwall. Ross County have 11 men, Kilmarnock have 10. Who's got the advantage? John Robertson.
And it's the 11 men that have got the advantage. Scott Allardyce, a long range shot deflected from the corner. The ball was whipped in. They're going round. They're sort of surrounding Eamon Brophy, but I'm pretty sure it went off a Kilmarnock defender. I don't know which one. It was a big melee, but the corner was whipped in. It's ended up the back of the net. After 81 minutes, it's Ross County 2, 10-man Kilmarnock 1.
Well, going down to 10 can cost you, and it certainly looks like the case with Kilmarnock. So Ross County ahead there. So just to confirm the championship scores while the ball out of play: Airdrie 0, Ayr United 1, Falkirk lead Dunfermline 2-1. Hamilton have scored again, they lead Morton 2-0. Livingston and Raith Rovers 1 apiece, and Queen's Park Partick Thistle, it's 1-0 to the Jags there. Dundee send the ball long over the halfway line. But Eamon tries to gather, he can't do so, just runs out of play again. They're trying to get the ball to him, which is the right thing to do.
It sure is. It sure is. Try to get him on the ball as much as they can. But, you know, I think Tony will be disappointed in the second half display. I don't think it's been good enough from them. They're better than this.
He's an ex-Floresdorfer player, which is one of my favourite names in football. As the ball gets played away, an Austrian club. The ball drops down. Joe Wright is being credited, if that's the term, with the own goal in Dingwall as the ball runs long. St Johnstone trying to pass. Again, they're just trying to either get it to Sidibe or Kimpioka and just say, look, we're going to cause trouble and turn your central defence.
That's it. And you can see Dundee now, because they're playing high up now, St Johnstone, they don't want to start the game at the back. Carson's going to kick this long.
It has gone long. Seb Palmer Holden tried to get there, doesn't do so, breaks to Nicky Clark in the midfield. Graham Carey, the goal scorer, knocks it back onto Dre Wright. Dre Wright gathers, comes through the middle of his own half. He's drifting out to the left-hand side. Nobody's making a challenge, so he'll play it on to Lewis Nielsen. Lewis Nielsen turns on the right foot, plays it across. Kimpioka under pressure that time from Ryan Astley. And the ball goes out of play. Dundee are going to make another change. Josh Mulligan is going to be introduced, and Lyle Cameron, who picked up that yellow card, is the player being withdrawn on that occasion. Here's Alan Preston.
Well, that's it. Tony's showing his hand now. That's all his subs come and gone. With just under 10 minutes to go. When you make half your outfield players, you change them. It shows you that they're not, unless it's injuries, you're not best pleased with them.
I have to say, I'm still not a fan of 5 subs. Just too many. Disrupts the game as the ball gets played on the inside. But Tony Docherty, on days like this, will be grateful for the fact that he can change so many, as that's sent forward. Kimpioka gathers, takes a touch, just runs into Mulligan. The ball gets played forward onto Tiffany, edged away by Holt, the 2 sevens there. And Jason Holt just drops the ball. Scott Tiffany goes across to get it, and Astley steps up, getting ready to take the free kick. Nearly 38 minutes played in this second half. St Johnstone's 10th game of the season. It's their 6th away from home. One just once away from home this season.
That is one of the worst free kicks I've ever seen. That's kicking for touch.
If he was kicking for touch, he'd get applauded.
He's literally to his left-hand side. He's got the whole of Dundee to his left-hand side, and he shanks it right out.
Philip Cometto getting the Man of the Match award.
Yeah, I think he's been okay. He's been decent enough. He's had his hands full with Sidibe and Kimpioka.
Always get nervous when there's 7 minutes to go and a central defender gets the Man of the Match award. You just never know. As the ball gets played forward by St Johnstone, Clark brings it down. The Cometto has played well. Not been too many in dark blue that have come through with flying colours. St Johnstone lay the ball back. Certainly, in the overall scheme of things, it's a better point for St Johnstone. Anything you can take on your travels in this league. As Mulligan plays it round the corner, looking for Tiffany. Tiffany breaks up to the edge of the box. It's a great cross on the inside. Dre Wright gets it away from inside the area, and Holt clips the ball forward. Sidibe inviting Kibiuka to come and gather. He didn't do so. Clark Robertson will come and pick up, play it out wide onto Finlay Robertson. He does a little pirouette. Oh, that was danger. That's like swimming through shark-infested waters. He got away from both of the St Johnstone strikers as Astley stretches away, can't keep it in. Tony Docherty, not best pleased pitch side.
I think if Robertson had gone back to the keeper, he would have been roundly booed, and I think that's the reason why. But he's clipped it out to Astley, and he's miscontrolled it, and it's now a throw into St Johnstone almost at the halfway line.
Are we to get a winner between these two? St Johnstone came from two down
have a look
on
at
this
Holt.
ground.
Have a look at Holt in the middle of the park here.
Oh, yep.
This might be checked.
He's squared up to Mulligan.
He throws a right arm at him. I don't know how much contact there is.
And the referee's brought them together almost like a boxing referee, just holding the arms up, just the two players not looking at each other. And, well, no love lost between Josh Mulligan and Jason Holt. Throw in from St Johnstone. Sidibe gets the header on. Kibiuka goes down. That's a foul. Rick Astley took the ball second, took the player first. And things are just building up against Dundee at the moment.
Right, you've just put me off saying Rick Astley.
Did I say
Ryan Astley.
Ryan Astley. I've given up saying that.
Never going to give up.
I'll always give up saying that. I knew I was going to do that at some point today. It's just one of these players. There's a number of singers. You know, you've got Ashley, you've got Ingram. There's a few in that Dundee team. I've managed to. I've done not bad actually.
You've done well.
85 minutes. Here's the opportunity to swing the ball in. Graham Carey. There's another singer. As the ball gets ready to play it in. Carey swings it in. Oh, it's been mishit and it's turned behind. Well, that should have been cleared first time. It wasn't. Well, Simon Murray was in there. And somehow Braybrook as well just couldn't get the clearance away. It does go behind in the end, and St Johnstone get the corner.
This will be an outswinger here coming from Carey. You'd like someone to go right round the back. And you can see it. Sprangler will protect the edge of the box. Holt, if he's brave, because this is where it's going.
Cameron breaks, it's headed away. Clark Robertson back in by Sprangler. The cross comes in, the header straight at the goalkeeper. It was Lewis Nielsen. He almost made the headlines there. Straight at the goalkeeper though. As Carey goes down, he's hurt. Mulligan picks the ball up. Here come Dundee. Robertson challenged by Holt. Gets the ball. Holden Palmer tries to get the ball across. Back on the inside onto Mulligan. That's going to go all the way to the side. Two players chasing it. Might actually hit the corner flag and go for a throw.
What a chance for Nielsen to win it. Either side of the keeper, he heads it straight at him.
Dare I say another singer? Just slightly off tune on that occasion, but it really was. It was one of these ones, Alan, that opened up for him either side, but he was under a little bit of pressure, to be fair.
Yeah, hit the target, but I'm really unlucky.
Finlay Robertson, it's a great little ball across, poked away from underneath his crossbar by Sinclair. Kept in by Tiffany. Tiffany drives into the area, hits it against Sanders.
Here we go.
Now Kibiuka and Sidibe both chasing after it. Carson's come from his goal, and Carson launches the ball. That might end up in the Dundee technical area. That's precisely where it was going. Good sweeping up play by the keeper.
But that's what Kibiuka and Sidibe give you. You can see that it's belted from the middle of the St Johnstone box, right over the top, and they're onto it.
Mackenzie Kirk is going to come on. I think Sidibe's running his last run for the day.
Another quick player. I think Sidibe's done well in the second half, not really in it with his partner up front in the first half. Neither of them were in it. Second half a lot better.
What I like about him, he's one of these players that, I mean, we saw in the first half the ball was bouncing off him every which way, but he didn't hide. He always looked for the ball, always showed for the ball.
See, that's the thing, Paul. I don't know what he knows what he's going to do. So what chance have defenders got? And what he does, it's an unpredictability he gives you. He doesn't know what he's going to do half the time. But he's so quick, he's so strong. His endeavour's incredible, along with his partner up front. They give nothing up. Must be a nightmare to play against.
Dundee led this one by 1-0. Simon Murray early in the game. Graham Carey with the equaliser in Dingwall. Ross County have come from behind to lead, and now it's a chance. Kipioka, he's in the defender, he goes down. Meto went to ground, the ball comes into the middle. Carey tries to lay it back. Clark with a chance.
Corner.
Off the back of Clark Robertson, and it goes behind. Well, they set that up really, really well. It just wouldn't fall for them in the end. Clark Robertson, good play by him to get the block in.
Yeah, it was great, but again, Kipioka's on it. It shows great composure. Kimetio thinks he's going to clip it across. He goes to ground. He then picks his head up and clips it, and it's eventually from Carey knocked back to Clark, and Clark smashes it. And you're right, really good defending.
Carey with the in-swinger. Carey plays it into the middle. There's the chance. The ball goes right, and it's in. It's Mackenzie Kirk, I think, got the final touch to knock the ball across the line. And St Johnstone have come from behind to lead. So many players in there trying to get the final touch. Nicky Clark gets the final touch.
I thought it was Nicky Clark.
Prodded the ball past the goalkeeper. The header came in. Nielsen, the initial save was made. Kirk pounced, Clark pounced. It's Nicky Clark with a goal. And Nicky Clark has given St Johnstone the lead. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 2.
Totally deserved. What a contrast in the second half from the first. St Johnstone never in it. Really poor second half. They've dominated this Dundee side. They can't handle them. And it's not been brilliant football. It's just been endeavour. You know, but what a prod home it is from Nicky Clark. I thought it hit Murray in the hand. I thought it hit his arm. I thought the initial header was going in. It seemed to hit Murray, come back to Clark. It was mayhem in there. There's bound to be checks going on, Paul, because it was mayhem. We don't know what was going on.
Yeah, they're certainly going to check for offside. I think lines will be drawn, is the information we are getting. So there will be a hold up here. We'll stay here. We'll get to Dingwall in a moment, because this is such a big moment in the game. But Nicky Clark reacted so well. You could see, I mean, there was 2 or 3 players. I mean, I mentioned Mackenzie Kirk was in there. There was somebody else as well trying to get in there. And that was why they're looking at offside. Kevin Clancy just asking the Dundee players to take a moment, take a breath before they get things underway again. We are in stoppage time. We'll wait to see what the board will give us when that goes up.
Nah, you've got to say that St Johnstone are thoroughly deserved it. If it is a goal, we'll still wait and see. The lines will be drawn, Paul. But you know what? They've been very good in the second half. This will take a bit of time by the looks of it. The referee's pulling Nicky Clark over, explaining the situation. Lines will have to be drawn.
Hamilton Accies have beaten Morton by 3-0. That's a terrific win for them. So Nick Walsh is on VAR. They're working hard back in the VAR suite to establish if this goal is going to count or not. Kevin Clancy is talking away.
Must be tight. It's taking their time.
Well, you're talking, this is going to be millimetres, I suspect. Referee Kevin Clancy is just saying to both sets of players, hold on, we have to check this. This is tight.
And you know what? It's so important. I thought he had the whistle in his mouth there. It's so important for Simo Valakari, because I think they deserve it. St Johnstone deserve to be 2-1 up if that's the case. If it's ruled out for offside, that's the rules. We get that, but they've been the better side. Tony Docherty's side have not performed in the second half. They've not been at the races at all.
The Adrianans have lost Ayr United by 1-0 today. So, I mean, in terms of possession, 65% possession for the away side. I mentioned a lot of that in the first half came within their own half. They are still checking at VAR HQ. But if you look at the total shots in the game, 19 St Johnstone, just 8 for Dundee, the home side. And St Johnstone, well, will it be another late blow for Dundee? Kilmarnock came back on them here,
this is
having
tight.
had the lead. And have St Johnstone done the same? You can see all the action on Sports Scene, and they're getting a decision, I hope. Kevin Clancy holding the hand to the ear, just putting that earpiece in that little bit more. He's deep in conversation with the VAR, and they're going to have a little look at this, I think, Alan. I think they want to see it. So this is an interesting one. Potentially, you mentioned a potential handball in there as well, Alan.
That's what I thought. I thought initially it was a handball, but then obviously we'll need to wait and see.
So they are going to have a little look. So Kevin Clancy is now having a look at the pictures. We can't see them, but we can see he's standing at the VAR monitor, which is behind the away dugout, so that is what they're looking at the moment. Potential handball, potentially Simon Murray. So if you don't give the goal, it's a penalty.
Yeah. So for me, I said that right away, Paul. I thought it hit Murray. I really did. I thought that's hit his hand.
It was a great call. So Kevin Clancy is having a look. Oh, this is tight. This is tense. This is Scottish football at its best. Absolutely no doubt about it. St Johnstone have got such a good away record in recent times. In 2024, they won 5 of 14 away, which is a pretty good record. But they're still continuing to look at the pictures. Will Dundee be undone again by a late goal? Will St Johnstone find a way through here, Alan?
Honestly, well, the Dundee players are in the circle. The St Johnstone, everyone's walking about. We don't know what's going on. It's taken an eternity, but we need to get it right.
And this is the point with VAR. If you are going to use it for key moments like this, you've got to make sure you've got to get the right call.
What they're doing here is they'll be checking the handball. They'll also be checking the offside. So if it's offside,
it's offside.
If the handball comes first, it's a penalty. But if it plays on and it's a goal, but he's offside, the penalty has to be given.
Well, good luck to Kevin Clancy explaining that one to the Dens Park crowd if that is going to happen. Nick Walsh and Kevin Clancy still deep in conversation. The referee in the yellow jersey is chatting away. It's finished in the championship. Falkirk 2, Dunfermline Athletic 1. That is a terrific win. Livingston have come from behind to lead 10-man Wraith Rovers. Kevin Clancy, the calmest man in the stadium, walks back onto the field. He's having a word with Simo Valakari. He's calling over Tony Docherty.
How's about letting the paying public know what's going on here?
Well, he's called over both managers to explain what's going to go on. So both managers and Kevin Clancy are standing in front of the fourth official's technical area. He's chatting his way through to them and explaining what is going on. So both managers will find out before anybody else. And Kevin Clancy is explaining it. He's still talking about what's going on. Simo Valakari, well, certainly the decision's going the way of St Johnstone. There's no doubt about that, because they have reacted first. Simo Valakari indicates to the crowd it is a goal. The goal is awarded. St Johnstone have come from behind to lead at Dens Park in such great circumstances for them. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 2. Alan Preston.
The explanation is going to be a while. You know, what are we going to get added on here? 10 minutes?
Well, there's 10 minutes added on in the Celtic Aberdeen game last week.
This is arguably the longest VAR that we've had so far. But if it's come to the right conclusion, fair enough. They have to get it right. And if it takes 10 minutes, it takes 10 minutes.
Full time in Dingwall. Let's get the details. John Robertson.
Well, it was a chaotic end to this game as well. As Ross County were seemingly feeble, and Kilmarnock were throwing everything forward. Their big Jory up front. He chased the ball wide left and flew into a tackle. Seemed to win the ball. The referee and the linesman between them gave a straight red card. It looked like they were down to 9, but VAR stepped in, and after a check, Joe Wright was taken down, dressed down to a yellow card instead. But it's just finished here. Derek McInnes has been going crackers down in the dugout. His team were in complete control. They were 1-0 up. Ryan Donnelly, as I said, got booked for a silly kicking the ball away, a throw to stop a quick throw. He got a yellow card for that. 7 minutes later, he picked up a second from the free kick. Jordan Wright smashed home the equaliser, and then it was an own goal by Joe Wright. A corner was whipped in. Joe Wright stuck out a leg. He's deflected it past his own keeper, and it's turned the game on its head. County from the hour mark totally dominated the game. It's a massive 3 points for them. Kilmarnock will be raging. Derek McInnes will be raging, because it was a game they had in their hands, only to throw it away. Final score here in Dingwall: Ross County 2, Kilmarnock 1.
Here comes St Johnstone again. The header inside from Nielsen. Nielsen gets it to Carey. Carey onto Clark. Clark and Carey, the goal scorers. Comes out wide onto Holt. Holt being tracked back by Tiffany up at the edge of the area. Ashley wins it. Tries to get the ball away. Good play by Ryan Astley. Out wide it goes onto Clark Robertson. This is frantic at the moment, Alan.
I've got to laugh at Nielsen takes the ball to the corner. It's about 25 minutes to go.
And he miscontrolled it and kicked it out of play, which was not ideal. Scott Tiffany drives his way forward. Here's the opportunity. Can Dundee try and get themselves level again? Ball gets played out wide onto Clark Robertson. Robertson into the middle it goes. The defensive header comes up and then Holt gets it away. Tried to buy the free kick, it wasn't. And Ashley was holding the jersey, Kimpioka, but Kimpioka's worked a 1-2 and he's coming over the halfway line. Little step over, then the drag back. Said Palmer Holden's had to come across to try and gather. And he sees the ball gets played away from him. Kimpioka still holding on to it, plays it back onto Nielsen. Nielsen jabs it inside onto Sprangler. Sprangler gets things moving again. Just another quiet day in Scottish football.
Honestly, the contrast in the St Johnstone side in the second half, and Dundee, I must admit, Dundee are right off it, been right off it since half-time. Never been in the game in the second half. St Johnstone have totally dominated from a performance in the first half that was inept from them. They weren't putting in tackles, they weren't working hard enough, weren't closing down. Second half, completely different. Deserve to be leading 2-1. Nielsen will keep running, he'll just pretend he's not heard it.
Free kick is awarded. Well, there was no doubt Mulligan got caught, but Nielsen didn't hear the whistle, so he scampered away. Well, Dundee have lost the last 2 home matches, Aberdeen and Kilmarnock. Well, on their own course to lose 3 in a row. It is 5 o'clock across the UK. We might get finished before the game at 5:30, which is Aberdeen against Dundee United. You never know. The board didn't go up, we couldn't see it. We've now played officially 55 minutes.
Must be a minute or 2 to go still.
Yep. Here comes Josh Mulligan. Mulligan trying to find his way forward. Kimpioka come back to defend. Ball played back. St Johnstone got everybody in and around their own penalty box. Braybrook sends it cross high into the box. Could head it away that time by Jack Sanders, and now they will try and clear. Braybrook goes across, he has to slide, wins the ball brilliantly, and Mackenzie Kirk goes up and over. Brilliant little pirouette to land himself there safely, but both players were just going full tilt.
And that St Johnstone again with Mackenzie Kirk coming on, real pace that he's got. They've added pace. I mean, over the years it was Chrissy Kane and Stevie May and guys that never had, they were good players but never had blistering pace. They've added blistering pace to their forward line, and then they've still got Uche Ikpeazu to come in, who's got power and strength.
Throw in, comes down outside the Dundee box. Cometiel plays it away again. Holt, I thought, was holding on. Tiffany tries to gather. Holt with a sliding challenge. Jason Holt, such a good pickup by St Johnstone. Clever midfield player. Now Dundee try and spring their way forward down the right hand side. Tiffany's calling for it at the edge of the area, but they're being forced backwards. Now here's Palmer Holden again. Palmer Holden works the little 1-2. Sprangler hits it off and Palmer Holden brings it down. Tiffany is there out wide, tries to drive the ball across. It's going to be a throw to Dundee, and the referee decides it is all over, and it is a come from behind win for St Johnstone in this derby match. Simon Murray with the opening goal after 30 minutes, but Graham Carey with an absolute stunner from outside the box, and then from a free kick Nicky Clark scrambled the ball home. So many players inside the 6-yard box. Kirk was there, Murray was there, but it was Clark who managed to turn it in, and St Johnstone have come from behind to record a win. Back-to-back wins in the Scottish Premiership for the first time since the 3rd of November 2022. It's finished at Dens Park. Dundee 1, St Johnstone 2.
Oh!